Hey there. I'm John Camo.
I'm Eric DiGirolamo.
And I am Boozy Beauty, and welcome to the Canton Chronicle.
Nah.
That's for all my Swifties out there. Welcome to the Eras Tour.
Sorry for the delay tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on today, so we bumped it back. I had some medical issues to deal with. So, but we're here. We're here. All three of us are here. And we got a couple things we're going to try to get through tonight and try to be in and out in the normal time for everybody. A lot of it comes from things that have happened over the last couple of days through the other media channels. So tonight, we're not going to talk about opinions or loyalty or YouTube teams. We're going to talk about the timelines, data, and what's still missing. And before anyone clips this out of context, I want to clear some things up front. This isn't an accusation. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. This is a plausible scenario based on evidence that already exists. If someone thinks this is if the analysis is wrong, then the simple answer is point to the timestamp, point to the data, or the testimony that contradicts what any of us say. All right. Over the past couple of days, multiple people connected to this case have sent some messages threatening some legal action, maybe against the booster, myself, and a couple other people that have been very vocal. Yeah, Booze, is that right?
Yeah, I didn't even realize I had gotten the same message as you, John, and a few others until I went into the spam requests on my TikTok page, and I realized I got the same message. It looks like a certain individual was just copy and pasting the same thing and sent it out to a handful plus of people.
Yeah. Also, let me get this out of the way real quickly, please. Quiet Calm. Thank you for your $2. Anybody tonight, please don't donate, don't Venmo, because 100% of anything that comes in, I'm going to use to buy those two presents. All right. So don't spend any money. All right. All right. Because
sounds like slush puppies.
We don't need it. All right. I'm just saying. I'm not going to, I want none of it. If anything comes in, they're getting Christmas gifts. So go to Dunkin' Donuts and get them something. I don't know. But
hey, I will say someone made a comment today on my Twitter and was like, "Oh, I'm having a holiday party. I think it was last night, and I made a Boozy Beauty tequila punch because they were listening to the last show about how we were talking about how I had margaritas for the game that we went to."
We did, yeah. So we got that text, and so Boozy got hers through TikTok. I got through mine through Facebook Messenger, and I think that's how the other two got theirs. From Kerry's cousin, Kerry Roberts. Apparently, they don't like what we have been discussing. So I went back to make sure, because I'm like, hey, tell me what I got wrong, and I'll 100% say, hey, I fucked up. I made a mistake. Nope, nothing. So I went back and I looked. And not only did I not get anything wrong, I came up with even more questions.
Do you have the text? Is it something you can show us?
Nah, you know what? I do. It's been out there. One of the back and forth. She's like, "Go ahead and screenshot this," and I'm like, "Nah, you know what? I don't have to."
I'll read mine.
Yeah.
Mine was sent Thursday at 7:12 p.m. It's from a redhead. Her at TikTok is MC Reynolds. It's REYNOLDS 414. And
what time was yours sent?
Thursday at 7:12 p.m.
Mine was 7:26. Okay, you got yours ahead of me.
What the hell? What the fuck am I saying about Kerry Roberts?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, she goes, keep telling lies about Kerry Roberts. Keep going. Just keep doing it. Don't worry. I'm keeping track of everything.
Yeah, I got almost the exact same thing. I got mine's a little different. Mine says, John, keep telling lies about Kerry Roberts. Go on, keep doing it. I'm keeping track of every single thing that you saying. Enough. I'm like, yeah. And then it says,
Well,
okay, Dixie, stop talking shit about my cousin. Because I'm like, well, what did I get wrong?
well,
Yeah,
what
what
kind of,
lies?
well, here's the thing. The thing that makes me laugh is the last thing that I said on TikTok about Carrie Roberts was that her and Chris were going on that YouTube program.
Right.
That's the last thing I said. And I actually said in it, I'm glad. I am so happy that Carrie and Chris feel comfortable going somewhere to speak. I'm glad. And then I said, because that can be used against you. But go ahead, go talk. Please, I'm really happy that they want to go talk. I'm not stopping you. Go do it.
Something says that they might be a last minute cancellation.
I think Kerry's scheduled for this week,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and Chris is in January. I think
Yeah, Chris is
around the 9th or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. If I was going to place my my coin on whether or not they going, I don't think they're going. You know. But Kerry's a talker, so maybe she's going to go.
But why did I get that before you?
Well, because you've been harder on them.
Carrie, no, I have not.
They did it in alphabetical order.
Right. You know, I don't know. But it brought us back down the whole taillight thing again. So
Mhm.
Last time we discussed how actually I think I have it. Let's pull it up first. All right. Let's pull up what they said. Let me see if I can pull this up. Video. I didn't have it ready because I'm behind people. Of course I don't have it ready. I didn't download it. I had put together a little clip that basically highlighted the 17th follower arrived. Look at me looking at the chat while I'm supposed to be looking for a video. I put out a video that basically just showed each one of their testimony through both trials, and they didn't. That was the one that they really didn't like. It got a lot of negativity thrown back at me, and I'm like, this was their testimony, not me. But you know, they didn't like it. The House defendant YouTube people didn't like it. They they started saying that no, even Karen admitted to it. I'm like, well, first off, I'm only putting stuff that was in the trial. I'm not. So when they say you're not looking at everything, I'm like, I'm only looking at the evidence that was put into the trial, and I was wrong. I didn't look at all the evidence that was put into the trial because in trial 2, according to them, I do have this. Let me pull this up. One of their questions was, is it this one? No, it's the other one. Hold on. Oh, look, they get so many here. Okay. They said, what did Karen tell Gretchen Voss about the taillight and showing it to Jen and Kerry? And then I played this whole "did you lie" thing right there. Right? That video is a little misleading because I'm going to play that video for you. Let me play that video first. So that video that they have is this.
When my car was seized, there was a few small pieces of taillight missing that I had picked out at John's at 5:45 before we drove over to Fairview. I'm showing Jen Terry, look what I just did to my light, and I'm worried that there's going to be some kind of electric short circuit. There's the bulb is showing, and some of the red plastic's missing. So I picked pieces out of the light housing that had kind of collapsed within the light and dropped them in John's driveway.
I'd like to have that marked as an exhibit, please.
Okay.
Okay, so that is technically now an exhibit, and there was no objection from the defense, correct?
Correct.
That was something I missed. I apologized. I missed that when I originally did this video, right?
Wait, but I thought we didn't do corrections over here, John.
We don't, but I made a mistake. So this is the video. This is the video that I originally that pissed them off. Here we go.
Tail light, look at my tail light. And I looked at it and I said, you told me you don't remember anything from last night. She said, do you think I hit him? Do you think I hit him? And I said, no, I don't think you hit him. I think you probably hit something, but let's just go in the house and look for him. I remember when I pulled in behind her car in Jen's driveway. And at some point Karen said, my tail light. And I looked and Jen she must have had the brake done because you could see that there was missing tail light.
She also informed me that she had cracked her taillight.
In that conversation, she told you that?
In one of the conversations I had with her in my bedroom, yes. Karen brings us to the back of the car and says, look, see, I have a cracked taillight. Karen was screaming, look, and then Kerry was screaming back at her. Kerry's, yelling at her, telling her she's crazy and that she was driving around drunk and she could have hit anything, and kind of rushes us to go into the house to look in there for John.
I remember when I pulled in behind her car in Jen's driveway. And at some point Karen said, my tail light. And I looked and Jen she must have had the brake done because you could see that there was missing tail light.
Okay. A lot of stuff in there because now with what I forgot or what I missed because they wanted to say, hey, well, they actually brought it up twice. They said Kerry could have first seen the tail light. Yeah, but she didn't testify that to it in trial 1. She testified in trial 2 that she pulled in behind and it was look at my tail light. But then they want to argue that it happened. Same person wants to argue that, look, it happened in the driveway at One Meadows. Well, which one? It's the same story. Did she do the story twice? Are you saying, look, my taillight, and then go to the next house? Look, my taillight. Or are you mixing 3 different times?
Well, and to corroborate that story too, if you go back and look at the initial police reports, Kerry said that this happened when they pulled up to One Meadows, and Jen said in her first 2 or 3 interviews that it happened at her house. So ever since day 1, the 2 of them haven't been able to keep their story on track. It's never been consistent.
That story is probably still evolving.
They haven't. Well, it's going to, because these ladies reminded me to dig deeper. And thanks to Boozy Beauty today, I had to ask her, we're going to play this again, right? We'll play this one again. Oh, we have to bring it back to here, don't we?
When my car was seized, there was a few small pieces of taillight missing that I had picked out at John's at 5:45 before we drove over to Fairview. I'm showing Terry, look what I just did to my light, and I'm worried that there's going to be some kind of electric short circuit. There's the bulb is showing, and some of the red plastic's missing. So I picked pieces out of the light housing that had kind of collapsed within the light and dropped them in John's driveway.
I'd like to have that marked as an exhibit, please.
Okay.
No objection.
Right.
Okay, Boozy, here comes my question to you. What did she do after she said, look?
Well, she picked out a couple of pieces of the taillight.
Okay. And this is a picture of what?
This was the reconstruction at the crime lab after all of the damage was done.
Okay, for those of you at home, playing at home, if you were to pick a piece of taillight out of the taillight, do you think you're going to be able to do that with one finger through that little hole?
Well, and that's the thing that it's like it would be if something was sticking out, which I think it's pretty obvious where it was sticking from, which area. The way that it would have done it's doable.
Be right back.
Wow.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, well, he just left us high and dry for fuck's sake.
Well, Boozy, that thing looks shattered there and put back together.
Well, because this one is Eric. So this is after it's been the whole housing was taken out of the taillight, brought to the crime lab for processing, and then you see all those like little white tape that's all over it.
Yeah.
That's the crime lab stuff. So they didn't, and I can see the back chrome piece in the back is still broken. So the only thing that they reconstructed here was the actual outside red acrylic. The internal clear diffusers and the chrome piece that keeps the diffusers in the actual housing weren't reconstructed.
No, but I'm a little foggy on her testimony or her interview. It sounded like she had picked some red pieces out of that taillight. I
Yep.
mean, are those red pieces back into this modeling of it, or are they missing those two pieces or a piece, whatever it may be?
Yeah, those are missing.
So the little sliver right there that on the red, where just before there's a very, very close to the bottom left of the white portion of the taillight.
Yep, those are missing. So what they put together is all that they got. So whatever little pieces that were bagged or red solo cupped is what the crime lab processed and then put together. Now, we already know there was an issue where there was some taillight in the same bag as John's clothing. Is it possible that some got, mumbo jumboed amongst other pieces of evidence? Yeah, I think we all are very clear that they did not do their job when it came to keeping track of everything and having their actual correct evidence logs.
I wish we had invited Sergeant Barros on to discuss this portion, because I got a feeling that he would say that he didn't see any of those cracks, or wasn't in that condition, that put back together condition in any way, and that most of the red was all fully intact without a bunch of cracks.
Oh, totally. And this is the thing. Even if you go back to what Jen and Kerry were saying, they said it was a piece.
Right.
A piece. Like if it was actually what it was, we already know. This is just semantics. It would be smithereens. Like that's like, no, it's not cracked. That thing was demolished.
Demolished.
To say the least. And
Like somebody put their fingers in it and pulled out, and it just shattered into a bunch of pieces.
Right. And I don't think he uploaded one of the images showing the impact of the testing. This was one of the only things.
The blue arm testing.
Yeah, so this was one of the only pieces of testing that I can actually say that oh god, I always want to call him Adventure Group. Oh no, put it back. Oh god, don't confuse me. Why can't I remember what their company's called? I always call them Blue Man Group.
Aperture? No.
Aperture, yes.
Oh my god, yay!
One of the only really good testings that they did was actually showing like kind of gridding out John's Chevy Traverse and then Karen's Lexus, because they actually did a decent job showing the actual sizes, the dimensions, the tracks she could have taken, different tracks she could have taken. Now, obviously, where they lost us is when they I wish we had that clip because I think it's hysterical. When Alessi is on cross-examination of Welcher, and Alessi goes, So you can see that there is contact between the two vehicles. And he's like, no, there's not. And Lexi turns is like, you're trying to tell us using our own eyesight that these two vehicles are in contact with one another. It was a very funny moment when it came to Alessi and his passion. But it actually shows right around where her blinker is. For those of you that don't know the anatomy, I call it the anatomy of the taillight. The blinker is that white piece that's to the left upper hand corner, that huge little white sliver. That would be the blinker. And right below that, about midway through the blinker, it protrudes out. That actually would be, given what angle she would have hit John's traverse, is almost the perfect place where the taillight would be cracked. And can you see where there's missing pieces?
1, 2.
Right at that little piece, like literally right there, there's missing pieces. There's actually like most of the clear blinker piece isn't there. So they weren't able to recover that.
Which is up in the upper left there.
Yeah, so you can see right around the blinker, you can see the whole chunk is missing and then little
there,
red
that
pieces
little-
underneath it.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
white piece is not.
And if Carrie, like the whole metal piece doesn't make sense to me because I really have racked my brain with it because none of that other red acrylic polycarbonate, whatever you want to call it, wasn't broken. So that L chrome piece that's like almost like a metal-ish type material wasn't broken at all. The diffusers weren't broken inside. So the only like quote unquote metal that I could see Kerry really talking about is maybe around the blinker section where those little red pieces are missing. There's nothing really else that would be sticking out because Kerry was like, remember when Kerry testified there was like
Why
a
do
little
you say that, Booze? Why do you
Yeah.
say that? Because we pull that down for 1 minute. After trial one of the things I did, I have to pull this up
Taillight,
1
look at
minute.
my
Hold
tail
on.
light.
Let me get rid of the audio and go right to one spot here. Okay. I did this at the beginning of trial one.
Yeah.
Right. I got this. So I got that by brightening up 200% the video in which Gallagher was testifying when they were going in to work on the taillight. That's before they even started working on it. When he said, "We have an officer here that works on cars," and I wasn't even looking at that right away. When I brightened that up 200%, I had to do it 100% and then put it back in and do it another 100% just to get everything. And what it showed is like 6 people in the Sally Port all standing around the car. When you originally see it, you only see 1 or 2 people, but when you brighten it up 200%, you see all these other people in the garage. And I'm looking at this and I see inside that red circle, I see an awful lot of red. That doesn't match what they are putting up there.
Well, and to clarify too, because this is where a lot of confusion gets, is that based off of Hank Brennan and Yuri Buquaquac's testimony about there being white light this, white light that, the Karen's LEDs and lights that are in the actual taillight are red. They're red, folks. They're red. So and when the diffuser is broken, the purpose of a diffuser is to diffuse. It diffuses light down the taillight. So you wouldn't, if it was lit up, you wouldn't be seeing the light like it was lit up, A. But also, B, that red polycarbonate acrylic wouldn't be as pronounced as it is in this video.
Now, did you guys talk about Barros while I was away?
A little bit.
Because Barros testified to something more like what's in the red circle versus what's in the big square, where there was a piece missing, not the whole thing. That's almost the whole thing missing when you look in the square.
I want to clarify this right now. There is no glass in the taillight. None. Nothing in the taillight is glass. None of it. So their whole spiel about glass possibly being John's arm or in
Right.
his clothing or on the bumper, False. Thank you, Quiet Calm, for that. I appreciate that.
You know, we do have smart people in our chat.
Oh my God, of course we do.
I know. Well, crazy attracts crazy, smart attracts smart. So, good looking attracts good looking,
I was telling the boys earlier about how I've done way too much damn research on the anatomy of these damn taillights. So the diffusers actually don't fill the back of the entire light. Picture them essentially as like two L's, like literally like a smaller L and then a bigger L, where the smaller L fills in so like the other way, John. So the other, like, flip one L. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, not like that. Never mind. So there's a smaller L and then a larger L, and then there's the chrome L piece in the center of it. And that's what holds the diffusers back.
I'm the big L. I'm
John,
the big L.
John, can you humor me for a minute? And
Yeah.
you see the red piece that's up in the top or right-hand corner there? That it's a pretty good sized piece.
Yeah. That doesn't look anything like the circle?
Can we go back
Of course we can.
to the one they put together and just see if that piece is consistent with what's
Or you want the other one?
the other one. Just trying to see if the crack
Okay.
is
So
back.
that piece would be there. So that would be that big, long, rectangular sticker up top,
Yeah.
right? But now if we go to this, let's see where that sticker came from. That sticker, help me out where that sticker came from.
It's the top right-hand corner. That was
Procter.
there. Right below it was Procter 2/18/2022.
Again,
Well,
none of this found for days. 18 days?
No, that's weeks.
18 days.
That is after a party at 34 Fairview as well. Another party they had.
At least Berkey found his on the 4th.
Fuck that. I can't. Okay, hold on. No, this is the shit that pisses me off. I really wish we had loaded in that picture, because if you guys go to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it says Berkey 2/4/2022.
Yeah.
So this was the piece that when Berkowitz was driving by, and then he magically just appeared. He just saw this piece of tail light that was found over emergency person. Hold on, you're blocking the piece.
I know. But,
That was
you know,
that was
that would be-
over a footprint from that day. Guys, I want you all to look at the bottom of that piece. Do you see that black stripping?
Uh-huh. Tell us.
Do you know what that black stripping is?
Is it some sort of glue?
It's a very, very strong glue /
Adhesive?
adhesive.
Uh-huh.
That type of adhesive just doesn't fall out of a taillight. It doesn't.
It could be pried out of a tail
Yeah,
light.
it absolutely
has
can be
to be
pried
pulled
out.
That it has to be pulled out.
Yeah, and if you look at that taillight, it doesn't look like it got necessarily hit by a hammer or anything. So
Maybe that got pulled out by his sweatshirt.
Those
and,
those pieces were pulled out, I think, by hand, or something else from the inside and pulled to crack that the way it is.
And
Hey.
if you look at the other pieces that have similar black adhesive, right above it is Bucanic. That was found the day before, 2/3. Then if you go to the other side of the screen, Procter 2/11. I have always felt the vibe, and this is just my speculation, that Berkey wanted to get in on it. Like it always felt like there was no reason for him to even have found that.
Berkey was 2-4, you say?
Yep.
On 2-5, Higgins was lawyering up.
Right? And Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, okay. It's just a question because we ask questions, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm biased. So I'm going to just put the question out there. Could people think that both things are true? She could have clipped John with minimum damage,
Mm-mm.
But then, no,
No.
just listen to the question out first. Let me ask the full question.
I'm sorry. I literally work with injured people literally
I
every day.
know,
It's
I
not
know,
possible.
but I want to ask the question. Let me get the whole question out before you object to it. I got to at least ask the question.
I object.
Could she have clipped him with no damage? And then they want to pin it on her, so they manufacture the damage. I know what the answer is because I've gone through this well before 2 years ago. Then why the fuck did they all lie so much about everything else and where and the dog bites on his arm, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Right? Because they want us to be objective. Okay, I'm going to be objective.
You cannot be clipped by a
No.
6'7"
Absolutely not.
Chewy. That
None of the damage. Right.
Who's
I-
don't
I
yell.
Yeah, don't yell. You ruin your microphone. I just had to ask, just to rule something else out. Let him have it.
John, put us
Just gotta
back
rule it
up
out.
there. I can't see myself. I look good today.
Oh, sorry. That's because we listen. I'm having. You know why? I told you I'm having troubles today. You know.
Your neck's bothering you.
Oh my god. Oh, look at that. There's even friggin' look at that. We even have a holiday pain.
I know I added it. I'm
Oh, you did?
yeah.
What? I wish you had told us.
I didn't.
Look, there's a whole bunch of them. That whole
I
Canada
know.
Boxing Day. Look at that. We got a Canada Day for
I
me.
love it so
Oh,
much. You got gingerbread. Oh
God.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I like that one. That one's good. We'll play with that one for a bit.
Okay, so
Candy
just
train.
just for shits and giggles, can you two put your hand on the screen?
On the screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, like closer to you so we can see your hand. Okay. Do you guys know what makes up your hand?
Bones.
4 fingers and a thumb and a palm.
Skin.
So you've got bones, tendons, ligaments, nerves,
Yeah.
muscles.
And you're on my last one. No, I'm kidding.
Phalanges, Derek says yes. Yeah, so you would have to think that someone got a first initial impact, had no damage from the first initial impact,
Yep.
did not suffer any secondary impact from that force, but instead was magically pirouetted and thrown
And bitten.
onto a ground. Oh, yes, what I mean. We can't forget about the scratches from the tail light.
Mm-hmm.
And then magically just got a large wound, 2-inch wound on the, however big it was, on the back of his head from the ground. Okay. There's these things in medical and also in biomechanics and all the things. First initial impact usually is the worst out of the impacts in any subsequent impacts, right? In this case, his body, because we know physics, would have first went into the vehicle and then gone with the vehicle in a backwards motion. That's just how physics work. So you're going to try to tell us that a hand, excluding the arm, just thinking about the hand, not even the pinky had any damage to it from that kind of a force. Even if you want to say Karen was only going 5 miles an hour, there's no damage.
Be right back.
It's not possible, folks. It's not possible.
No, I don't think it's possible either. It's
And these are the things, Eric, that I really do try to break down as easily and as simply. Like, I try to talk to you guys like I talk to my clients. You know, what's going wrong in their bodies? Let's break it down, because I can go through all the necessary medical terms and go completely over the heads of most people.
well, I know when you spew it out to us, you've done the homework, so it's not easy to question.
Well,
Sorry, I got an alert. It was the House defendants. They're going live. Sorry.
well, that's why I said, look at your hand for a second and what makes it up.
Remember, hey Eric, remember when they said if your hand's bigger than your face, you got cancer? You put your hand in front of your face, and then they'd hit you.
I remember what they said about going blind too.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Hey, you know what else those taillights didn't have? Let me pull that back up. You know what else that taillight didn't have? The one in the square.
The white or the clear plastic you're talking about?
The
That
square.
area?
The picture, the square picture.
Yeah,
No.
on the right.
No water stains, no
Oh, yeah.
salt stains, no sand
And-
residue.
And that vehicle traveled from Dayton during a snowstorm
It was
out-
packed with
out
snow.
in the elements, and you had nothing that showed any residue of the elements in any picture of any kind. So there should have been little salts, maybe. Something wouldn't have looked as clean
Pristine.
as that.
Wouldn't it look
Yeah.
as pristine as that?
Yeah, in a clean way. Yeah.
So that
You
is
know-
a reasonable. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You
go.
know who that actually would be a great question for?
Who?
Someone that works with the DPW.
No, I was going to say any kind of automotive. I mean, we know that Sean on the Gulf went to 3 different auto places when he did the whole.
Or anybody that a vehicle place that does vehicle detailing would be a
yes.
Okay,
easy
that
detail.
went completely over your heads.
I know
Lucky
where
would be
you-
the
I know
Lucky would
where-
be the perfect person to ask when the DPW does the roads in Canton, Massachusetts. Is it with salt or sand? He would probably say one or the other,
It's
or
a-
both.
Well,
Maybe we should ask Lucky's bosses.
Well, because here's the
Uh,
thing.
it's-
Nope. So hold on.
it's a
Here's the
mix.
thing. Because something that I consistently got when I mentioned this during trial 2 over on TikTok, because TikTok, it doesn't have a ton of Massachusetts people. I feel like there's a large chunk, but most people aren't from Massachusetts. And a lot of people don't comprehend exactly what is put on the roads and what that does to a vehicle. We won't even talk about the paint damage, but what that leaves, dirt, debris, salt, sand, like Eric says, wise on the vehicle. And there would be some people that actually rebut with me and go, well, wasn't the taillight up high? So I actually had to make a video where I zoomed in on a clear picture and I enhanced it by just sharpening the image to show people just how high the splatter up from this
Hey,
debris on
hey,
a
I'm
highway.
live right now, and I got a question for you.
Oh my God, he's
Does
okay.
the town
And just how high up debris goes. That's all.
straight salt?
John's in the phone a friend moment.
It's straight salt. Okay.
No sand. It's not a sand
sand.
salt mixture. It's just salt.
Straight salt. I phoned a friend. I thought you'd like that.
Mm-hmm.
Always interrupting.
Well, when you have ADD, when brains that's just how your brain works. Sorry. I don't, you know what?
I'm glad
Here's
we.
my New Year's resolution. I have a New Year's resolution to this. I am going to keep a pad of paper next to me for all our shows. And instead of interrupting, I'm going to try to write down what I was going to say. And then when Boozy finishes with her diatribe, then I will speak. No,
That's
I'm
gonna
serious.
happen.
I said diatribe, but no, I'm gonna leave a little pad of paper. And maybe hey,
So you
maybe
think a
it'll-
pad of paper is going to solve this problem?
maybe it'll be better. I won't be interrupting a lot. You know, it'll flow a little bit more. Yes, we'll have to go back and forth because some of the stuff we may have moved on from, and maybe some stuff I won't even have to bring up. I'll be like, oh shit, never
No,
mind. She already answered it.
we're a bunch of amateurs. We don't know
I know,
not to
I know.
interrupt each other.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not
then-
WHDH here. I'm not Howie Carr. Well, he's always alone.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's no professional training over here.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have any classes. You haven't, offered any educational programs for us.
I got another question for
know.
Boozy. I have another question for Boozy.
Well, I just wanted to finish my statement in that the video that I had to make because people weren't comprehending just how like the salt gets flicked up by the tires and whatnot. It actually went up past the taillight. That's how high it can get flipped up. So yeah, like John said, there should be some debris in the taillight if it was that broken.
Boozy, all of these pieces that were found on different days, where were they found? I already know the answer to this.
Well, weren't all of them found on the 34th Fairview? But hold on. Wanless broke some back pieces that I think aren't photographed. Let me see. Proctor 28. Yeah. Wanless.
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 Oh, he's a
Wanless.
man.
It's Sarif and it's Wanless. Okay.
Saraf.
And it's Loughran, not Loughran.
That one I do try to get right.
Hey, how did Wanless escape testimony?
Oh, he's the one that physically touched the taillight.
How did Berkowitz escape trial one?
He
They
was
couldn't
fine.
find him. They couldn't hand him a subpoena.
Here you
They
go.
they looked for him.
One of our Kronks answered my question, which I already knew the answer to. MSP never documented where they found him. Yuri said it. They
Well, that's
asked
true.
Yuri.
Yeah, they never photographed it besides Berkey's.
Right.
Yeah, no, we just can't also get over the fact that there's a scratch piece next to the reflector too. There shouldn't be any scratches on the internal housing, but that's for another day.
I think I feel like we're looking at a periodical chart for.
I know. I know, huh? Well, there was this one too. You know, we could have used that one too.
Oh yeah, because that unknown piece is Berkowitz.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Removed taillight before reconstruction at the top. You can see the little black piece at the
Yep.
very top on the right-hand side to the left of that. That's the broken back piece.
You mean the one that looks like a bunny rabbit with an eye and that piece underneath the big long arrow?
Yes, that's the back housing. That's where like wires would be in the back of it. That was also broken.
Doesn't it look like a little bunny rabbit with the ears and the eye?
We've got a
little-
little Sigmund Freud on us.
Picture
What?
yourself a little bunny rabbit just
But
hanging out in the
truly,
house.
this is why it is so ridiculous. And had they not had done this much damage, it would have been more believable. I always like to say I have this gene that I call a too much gene. It's in my genetics. I think I always do too much research, too much talking, whatever. But it feels like whoever did this damage also may have had the too much gene, because this is too much.
Yeah. Pick yourself a little rabbit hanging out in the house.
If
Then
they
some cops kid
listen,
shows up.
they should have
some
they
Select
should
board
have
member kid shows
they
up.
they should have also dented the back of her vehicle. If they were going to go this
Mhm.
big, they should have taken a hammer and smashed the back of her vehicle
Did
too.
you see what they did to the dashboard?
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
that whole
100
thing got disassembled. I thought the dashboard might have been what caused all the arm trauma on the autopsy photos.
They really. I'm glad that JB Auto, who at one point made me cry, by the way, just a little insight back in the day. I'm glad JB Auto put it together back to her so it can be auctioned off to some true crime fanatics.
I'd be willing to bet the tail light alone was around $1,500, maybe more. Just the tail light.
Yeah. Given the fact that
Dodge,
it's a
Dodge
Lexus.
Rams go for 700.
Yeah, it's
I know what they are in a Ford. It's $1,500 on a Ford, and that's a Lexus, and it's got all that same technology. I'm sure.
Lexus is Toyota. Glamour, you are correct. That was in trial one with Gallagher. But then he basically in the cross-examination of Gallagher, Alan Jackson asked him, he goes, and that taillight got shattered. He goes, yep. He goes, while you guys are taking it out. And then he's like, what? No. Like, he's like, he was just saying yes so many times that all of a sudden he ended up saying so he caught himself. But yeah. Oh, speaking of Peter Murphy, we're gonna get to that tonight too. Peter Murphy. Is this the real Peter Murphy?
Yeah, remember that YouTube's doing the
Oh yeah.
change.
YouTube.
I have heard other creators mention it, but if you guys want your names to be changed, you just got to do it on your own end under your like user settings and change your actual username back to whatever you want it to be.
Well, while we have Peter Murphy here, I just want to just bring up the fact, Peter, thank you for being such a good guy. Let me see where it is. Let's see if I have it.
Take down the.
I will. Is this the one? Take that down. Here's Peter
Courtney,
Murphy.
I'm here. You just can't see me. I'm here.
What? Did you see this? Peter
Where's
Murphy's
Murphy at?
donation.
I'm here.
Just a little something from the monies I made from the town on my frivolous injuries. People helping people. Peter Murphy, $10 to the house defendants.
But was that actual Peter? Because they've been doing
No.
troll things.
Exactly, and that's what I was bringing up.
Well, that was an anonymous donor.
and then saying they were Peter Murphy.
Oh.
So these people can't even take that serious. Everything is a joke to these people because they think they're getting away with it.
Right.
It's all a joke.
Hey, we got 385 watching. Can you please give us a little like while we have a moment in breath and time?
385. That's better than 333.
They're up to somewhere over $90,000 in donations.
Yeah.
And you know, I look at it a little bit just to see who's donating, and I gotta think that still over 50% is from anonymous donors.
Yeah.
You would think that the cause would be good enough that they don't have to donate anonymously.
Right.
You guys are getting a Christmas present.
We are.
You guys are. I have to say thank you to
That
Mon-
profile picture.
Wow.
Monchi North Shore. Merry Christmas to you all. Here's a little something. Go get some drinks. No, listen, I told you exactly what's going to happen. Quiet Calm, $2, and I got to know it. How come people who live there found nothing? Well, because they're not going to find anything. Because God forbid this is what's going to happen. All right, how do I get out of this now? How do I?
Wait, I've got a Wendy, are you a fellow Wicked fan? Oh shiz, Wendy. Sorry.
That's right. Do you know why no one in the house found anything on their front lawn? Because
Because there
their
was a
words-
huge snow pile in the front, and that's why Higgins couldn't see anything. And I'm assuming that's the reason why no one else could see everything. Because even though there was only enough snow to track a cat, it was enough to be a huge snow pile to just hide a body.
well, I'm talking about over the next couple days.
Oh.
Why nobody in the house saw anything, and that would be according to the house defendants' media personalities. Oh, because then if they found something, you guys would have said that they planted it there, so they purposely stayed away from it all, and they didn't see anything. They went in the side door, not the front door. They purposely never looked at the front yard for the next 2 weeks. Mhm.
Those nails, Karen.
Yep.
Oh, where's Mullins?
She's. I can hear the wheels upstairs. So she's
Mullins,
moving.
look at the screen.
John, should we expect that the CERT team, no matter how much snow there was, would have processed that entire area to make sure that they hadn't missed anything?
Thank you, Karen.
Well, Tully told them, you found enough. You got a taillight and a sneaker. We're good.
Can you imagine saying in an investigation where somebody died that, oh,
Oh,
don't
really?
worry, you can stop now. The weather's not good. We've found enough. Are you shitting me?
I don't know. I would want to think that they would have brought in the mobile command unit and parked it down there and found everything that they had to.
Absolutely. They shouldn't have been finding taillights for days. That should have been they should not have left that scene until they had processed everything. And
That's a song that I never got. Finding taillights for days.
Good, gone, bad.
Finding taillight for days.
Tail light for days.
Oh my God. I still didn't do the Christmas. I'm never going to get to it. I have it all written. I just haven't got it in order yet.
you've got
then
you've got a little bit of time. It's
So much on my plate. And there's a, oh, thank you. Thank you, Boston Gingy. Exactly.
Oh,
You're
I
right.
love that picture too.
Yeah, I love when people agree with me.
No, the picture.
Oh, I love when plans come together.
The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
Who lives on Fairview Lane? Oh,
Oh, no, that's from Shrek. It's from Shrek.
no, I know. I just changed it to Fairview Drury Lane. I do have to apologize to one of the
Again?
Yeah. So, yeah, yesterday I was dealing with some pain, and I don't do medicines. I don't take pills. I don't do drugs. I don't like needles. I don't. And so I was really, really suffering. And I was out in the hot tub, and I was arguing with one of those with that person right there, that testifier, whatever they are. Let's see, what's their name? Justice. I was arguing with Justice, and right there I wrote, "Calm down, sweetheart." When you're sitting in the hot tub and using talk to text, sometimes it spells things wrong, right? Because I said something. I said Fairview or whatever I said, and it came out. It didn't come out right. My hands are wet, so I couldn't fix it. And then today I did apologize. I saw it again, and I shouted at myself, and I'm like, you know what? You need to apologize. So I did. I apologized to it today online. Yeah. I checked myself. Okay, I checked myself. I'm a monster.
You're a monster.
Yeah. So I checked myself today because I was horrible that I called her sweetheart.
I literally had to mute myself because I was laughing so hard at this.
John,
Yeah.
those therapy sessions are working out well, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I have to go see Dr. Lowney again now. Gotta go back to Canton Center 10 times, go do physical therapy. Oh, chiropractor, physical therapy. Who knows? You never know.
Dr. Clark, he's going to take care of you.
You know. Another thing I want to talk about with, that has to deal with the House defendant media personalities is the behavior of the House defendants. Something else that came up on Twitter is their behavior immediately, right? We all talked about, tell them the guy never went in the house. I didn't come up with this. Someone else did. And they said, and they made a comment saying that very early in the investigation, why are they pushing people to let everybody know that the guy didn't come in the house? Why weren't they asking questions too? Like, oh my God, what happened? This is sad. No, their first thing was, tell them the guy never went in the house. They were already on the defense. Right?
Right?
You also had Matt McCabe running the show. I was supposed to have Proctor call her, but I forgot. Did they ever say that Proctor gave them his number when he met with them in the house? I don't recall Proctor ever giving them his number.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
But they had Proctor's
Because
number.
there's already several people that had Proctor's number.
They all had Proctor's number. And then you have Jen. That's my next thing. Over the next couple of days, I'm gonna just zero in on Jen and show every time that she's next to one of the cops.
She's going to be so happy with that, John.
Because the whole morning she's next to cops. Then she's calling Lang. Then she's going into Lang's bathroom. Then she's going to Proctor's house, right? With her Jeep. She's going to Proctor's house. Like she's a little Nancy Drew.
What?
I gotta- did have a dream. I did have a dream that Glenn Hannington sent me a letter last night.
God, Eric's face after that, he was so serious.
I had a dream that Glenn sent me one of those certified letters.
He'll be paying you a visit, John.
Cease and desist.
Wanted to make sure you got this hit by hand.
Get my name out of your mouth. Oh, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Caitlin, she had to change her testimony. Why? Because the phone data, right, placed her in the house well later than she did, and it also placed Tristan there late. So they had to change their whole testimony from she left early to Tristan came and got me.
Changed by what, like an hour?
Oh yeah. There's a couple because it's already 8:30 and I want to get through. What are you? She's a soccer boy. Yeah, and that's probably why I'm so hurt. She's probably been doing this to me. Trust me. That's crossed my mind.
John, that could be why you're not feeling so well.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go see. I'm gonna have to go see
You
Jody.
told me you had pins and needles in your neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go see Jody. Jody, if you're watching, I need to set up a session, and I get a lot of salt. I got to make a salt circle. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
The salt circle was from the
I'm
what was that Halloween movie?
You need more than Reiki. You need like a fucking exorcist.
What's that Halloween movie with Jinx the cat?
Oh,
Bette
yeah.
Midler's in it. The witches.
Oh yeah.
They try to burn him in the school.
Which Witches of Eastwick?
No,
That's
they
not
burn
it?
him in the school. The virgin has the boy's a virgin, and he kisses what's her name? The $1 million baby boxing girl there when she was younger. Hocus Pocus. Yeah, and Hocus Pocus. They make a circle of
Focus.
salt and they get in it. Oh, Jesus. This Boozy will never remember this. It's well before her time. But Eric, you, me, and a lot of our cronks will remember it. There was an old Chevy Chase movie in which he was bewitched by something. It was called Modern Problems. And the black lady in the house did the same thing. She put salt all around so that he couldn't get to her. And Chevy Chase ended up sniffing all the salt up. Yeah. Good grief. Off the rails. Let's get back. Yeah. Voodoo. Yeah.
It's always the voodoo. I'm sorry. That shit was funny as fuck.
That's
That
a good
that shit was
song,
funny.
too. That's a good
And
song.
and the fact that listen, I covered that just because it was so ridiculous. It seemed like it was absolutely plausible. And the fact that that person has also given me some confirmation on some other things. So yeah, wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild times.
Oh, and I'll give you one other one. Higgins, right?
Which
all
one?
of the motives that he had, and
We have multiple Higginses, buddy.
we had multiple Higgins, even Jillian.
Oh, so wait a minute. We should when you say Higgins, you're talking about the law enforcement officer.
Yeah,
When
not Mike
When
Miggins.
you say Miggins,
If I say
you're
Mike
talking
Miggins,
about
right.
Kittens.
We're
Mike
talking about
Higgins.
Kid Mike
All
Miggins,
right,
the
I get it. now.
POS Mike Miggins, who was one of the first ones to put out there. the
He doesn't
false
watch,
narrative
John,
of-
so you can say whatever
Oh, that's
you
fine.
want.
Yeah, he's just a piece of crap. And Rocco, we're gonna get to you tonight. Don't worry, Rocco. We'll get to
Well,
you.
you
too.
know, Rocco's got
We're
to
talking about people that want to. Rocco's another one that wants to. Here's the thing. Once again, they don't want to argue the facts. They want to name call and call you pedophiles and call you creeps and saying that you're sleeping with your stepdaughter, right? Probably mostly because these are some of the things that maybe they've thought of doing, but allegedly, they like to project.
They can't come up
is,
with real stuff, so they're gonna make shit up.
Yeah. They project on stuff. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, trust me, John.
But
I don't know about you, but I've done enough things in my lifetime to know that they should at least come up with some of that shit
yeah,
than the
you would think.
garbage they're coming up with.
Oh, I know, and we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. But Higgins, so we know that there was some sort of personal relationship conflict with Karen, right? He had the means, he had the opportunity, he had the access lawyered up within days, destroys his phones, puts them in multiple locations. Who's ever destroyed their phone and put them in multiple locations? And then Jillian Daniels yelling, "What about Higgins? What about Higgins?" Yeah. Rocco is the one that, let's see, is,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah. Is Rocco the one that accused FKR drinking alcohol shots that were ginger? That is the same Rocco. He's also the one that runs the cemetery that got mad that people damaged the cemetery. And well, since we're talking about him, let's friggin' pull it up, right? He's also the same.
I'm really happy you don't have the shot of me taking my shot animore.
Oh,
I know.
we do.
We do.
No,
Yeah.
no, Eric, no, you don't.
Where
That's
is,
never going away, Boozy. That's just in the archives.
Listen, you're lucky that actually wasn't alcohol because that would have came right back up. If I can actually take a shot like that, it's not alcohol.
It was actually good for you.
Yeah, it's just spicy.
it was just tough going down.
Real hot. It clears out all your sinuses.
So Rocco, I don't have time to pull it up on the screen, but I have it in my phone here. Rocco, so well, we might as well set the stage. We were invited to join a parent and watch his kid play basketball. And we did. And did we take pictures? No. Did we have a good time? Almost. I mean, they didn't win, but I mean, they put in a good effort. How's that? Okay. Is that being nice?
But it's also not that far of a reach to say that this person also has friends outside of the people that these people want that person to be friends with.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And considering how this person has been treated by some of these other individuals, including some house defendants, like
Correct.
this person also needs support, just like the house defendants.
Because this person is not originally from Canton.
Right.
He's OFD. Okay.
That was a little
so
pathetic, John.
Oh, okay. Really? St. Catherine's. Anyway, so we joined this person and we sat there. Matt came in. He said hi to me. I said hi to him. He talked about how cold it was, and that was it. That was the extent of it. We watched the game and then we left. And it was about 4 or 5 days before anything was ever put on social media. And I think the first one came up by Kerry Lama. I think she was the first one to start. And I just let it go. But now Rocco Camerata, Canton guy who I've always had a nice rapport with, goes on and starts calling us creeps and perverts and
oh no, he said pedophile.
let me see. I think
He used the word pedophile.
John, I wish you'd put this up because they really should see it.
Here's the thing. You want to talk about defamation.
Yeah. You have to go through. Keep going. Because Eric, you were involved in that little group chat.
Oh yeah, well Rocco did his typical.
He posted.
He made a comment under a post that I had put up, and talking about us being going to girls' basketball games and being pedophiles, basically.
Right.
And that grew because other people commented on people came to our defense. Just let's say, not that we needed defense, because if that's all Rocco's trying to, if that's how he's trying to label us, he's out of his.
Rocco Camerata said to you, Eric, pretty disgusting going to watch young girls. Sickening. Friend my ass. He didn't put a comma after sickening. He just said sickening friend my ass. Probably should have put a comma there. You did 1, 2, 3. He's about to delete.
Well, because every single time Rocco and I have a conversation on Facebook, every single time We have a comment, we have a conversation, and he takes the brunt of it because he's gotten, he doesn't come with facts or truth. So he ends up having to delete it all because he looks like an idiot when
Right.
he does it.
Right.
So
So then,
again, this is not the first time. It's not the second time. It's not
Oh,
the
no.
third time.
well, no,
It's like the 10th time that he gets into these comments, and then he finishes and realizes, oh, that doesn't look good, so I got to delete it.
right. And then he said to Whitey, I'd rather be a douche than a pervert going to young girls' basketball games with absolutely no reason to attend. Disgusting. So once again, so I jumped in there too because the one thing he didn't attack was me. And I basically said, I go, so where do you draw the line? Are you not allowed to go to any college games? Are you only allowed to go to male college games, not female college games? Can you go to the Canton High hockey game, but not you can go to the boys hockey game, but not the girls hockey game? Can you go to the boys basketball? Like a lot of times, going to some of these games, it's free, right? Or just even college, it's minimum, like some of the smaller schools. You get to go see, like, there's tons of times you can go to the hockey rink and watch some college hockey in the winter rather than going to the Bruins and paying a couple $100. But where does he draw the line? Like, oh, now you're not allowed to go to a girls' basketball game? Like, what's wrong with basketball? And we told him what we're there for. We were there with one of the parents to watch his daughter play.
Not only that, we would have no idea of the daughters on the team other than the friend that we were with, especially a certain house defendant's daughter, if they weren't brought into court multiple times.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the one that was testifying, folks.
I would have cheered more if they scored more.
Okay, don't do that. We're not going there.
Just saying.
No, we're not
John,
going
it was
there.
a scrimmage. Everybody was learning. You
I-
got to find out what you got.
I sat in the back and I kept quiet.
And
ask
just
questions.
like I said, I would like to see you run around right now and do that. Oh, I can't, I'm injured.
kid,
That's the whole point.
I have
John couldn't throw a bocce ball right now.
I have
He
nerve,
can't
I have
even
nerve
stand up.
damage right
What do
now.
you mean? He can't even stand up properly.
I can't.
Pretty much.
Look, that's why I'm sitting like this. Sitting like this the whole night because I just can't. I'm in a lot of pain.
And he's only got Prixensitis to curb the pain.
That I did. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've been on a lot of ibuprofen. That's the hottest. That's the hottest I can get. They gave me.
What are you doing? 600s?
No. I took 3 of them, so they're like 125s, whatever. But they gave me Toradol, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking it. So I got a whole full bottle of Toradol that I'm not taking. I'm
Listen.
afraid it'll make me nauseous or dizzy or something.
This tends to be a go-to with some of we'll call them the house defendant spokespeople, because this is what they've been consistently about, using certain terminology. And I don't know why they always like to give out the term pedophile and pervert and whatever else they want to say in that kind of realm. But it's not true, and that's highly defamatory. So it's like, if we're
Like
the
Megan's-
ones, well, if we're getting the ones being threatened like that with lawsuits, and there's multiple people from the house defendants, and it's coming from them, if they don't think, if they're going to file lawsuits that's been speculated for 2 years now, that they're all not going to be brought into it, and it's going to be more of a mess than anything involved with Karen.
And
Mike Miggins doesn't think I've kept every screenshot of him saying that to me about me.
Well, here's the thing. Clearly, Carrie Roberts' cousin is saying that she's fucking stalking us now.
Right.
So it's like, okay, do it. But there's
Now-
nothing that we can't say about Carrie Roberts' testimony, her actions, things that are said out and about, perhaps maybe that involves her son, that cannot be spoken about. We're allowed to talk about that. We're not going to say you're a pervert like you say to us. And I'm also going to say that it feels like when things like that specifically are spoken about, it's almost like they don't want certain people to have friends and support. And I'm going to say this right now, there's nothing that's going to stop me from supporting this person that we were with. Nothing.
Mhm.
And I think Eric and
Lidocaine,
John also co-signed that too.
lidocaine patches. Isn't that the powder that in A Princess Bride that isn't that bad powder in Princess Bride?
No, those
Lidocaine.
lidocaine patches are
Well,
pretty
it's lidocaine patches because lidocaine powder is from Princess Bride. Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
know about on the
Who knows? I
on
might
the
be going.
lower back, sure.
I might be going to more. You never know. Yeah. There
Definitely
was.
more.
Oh yeah, of course I am. Of course I am. You think I'm just going to one and done? No. They're gonna. The other thing that these the House Defendant Media conglomerate didn't like.
I also want to say this really quick too, while it's on the top of my fucking head. Just really quick. Did
Okay.
we post any photos or videos of this basketball game?
No.
No,
That's
no.
what I said.
Did any of
Well-
us gloat about it? Any of us?
Well, that wasn't
so-
what we were there for. We were there to support the team and support the person we were there to support.
Exactly. That is my point. We are not the same as other individuals that may have done their own thing or gone to games or seen people out and take photos.
I
That
don't.
is-
I
that's
don't
not
really
what we did.
understand why Matt even said hello. I mean, he does. I don't. It's not like he could walk by me on the side of the street. Would probably never even know it was each other.
But also, too, Eric, I mean, similar to me and John, how many times have you seen the House defendants and or their friends, family out and about, and there's been no photos taken, no quote unquote harassment, no charges other than them trying to say that you are holding up a sign that says "I heart Canton." It is somehow threatening. But other than that,
Well, I guess
Eric, did you delete that post?
no,
Okay,
definitely not.
because I'm getting someone asking.
No, I didn't delete that post. It was there.
Rocco-
Remember we were looking at it, looking for.
Rocco has a message for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Someone just called him and said that he called someone a pedophile. Tell Boozy, I never said that. So F her. And for you,
Probably why we should have those screenshots.
and Digi said it according to what they told me. Not sure it's true. I could care less, but tell them don't effing lie, especially effing Eric. So I'm telling you, don't lie, Eric. Okay,
One
don't
thing's for
lie.
sure, I am not gonna lie.
Right.
Don't need to lie.
Also, he said he never deleted his account. He was going to call and ask me why it was gone. I haven't been on Facebook. I barely go on. Told you I have.
Joe, I'm gonna go find it
Yeah.
just to make sure because it was there this afternoon.
He said he tried to find the post and it was gone.
to all
Under your
of
post.
to
So-
Rocco and all of his friends and anyone that he speaks to, just so you know, that person that you don't want us around has a lot of support. Just like you always say, the quiet majority, you have no idea what we know. So
Sure.
try.
I just
Yeah.
sent the post that all that was on
Yeah,
to your Facebook page, so it's still there.
it's still up. Okay. I just told him it's still up. So it wasn't taken down. So we're correcting the record. It was not taken down. We're correcting the record here. Again,
John,
It's
you and
still
I,
up.
you and
Wasn't
I are
taken
the only ones that have access to,
yeah, and I haven't even been on. Yeah.
and I can guarantee you, there is nothing
Right.
ever that I would put on Facebook that I need to take down ever.
He said he'll watch our show later to verify what we said.
Who gives a shit if he watches?
I'm just, you know what? Rocco, you're more than welcome to come on and explain your part of this.
Yeah,
if you
come
want.
on, Rocco. That I give a shit about. Come on.
Rocco, I'll give you the link. You can come on. Or
You
can
can
put
come
your
on
own
without
speaker.
me. I'll stay away. You know, if they-
Rocco,
they-
I can
Better
put you on
that way.
speaker and you can come on anytime. If you want, Rocco, we can keep Eric off the screen We'll put them off for the time that you want to come on and
Give me
talk.
Rocco, and we'll go
Give us
easy.
Rocco, and we'll get rid of Eric.
Wait, he actually wants to associate with perverts now. Is that what he's saying?
He wasn't. He never called me a pervert. It was Whitey.
He
Eric.
did call Whitey, and I'll tell you, Whitey's. Well, I'll let
Right.
Whitey speak for himself.
Right. But like I said, Mike Miggins, and a few other ones, the ones that started the whole me and my stepdaughter stuff.
Well,
And they
you know
continue.
what
And they
the
still
best part
continue.
about Miggins is
Yeah.
that he'll block you and then he'll unblock you to try to throw some jabs at you, and then he doesn't let you talk back because he quickly blocks you after he sends his comments. Then it's a block again.
The problem is that there's nothing of substance with him, so I just flat out blocked him. I'm like, he bores me, and if I don't get any fun out of it, I'm not interacting with him.
Rocco for Eric in cash considerations.
I will say.
You see
I
that?
want
in
to
the
say
comments?
hi. I want to say hi. So what do we got? 340. What do we got? 432. Out of the 432, I'm sure half of them hate us, are watching us to see
Well,
what
I
they
know
think.
that at least
Yeah.
one person hates
We
me.
know that someone's in there
There's at least
reporting back to
one
the
that
group.
is not happy with me.
They're reporting back. There's the one designated person that watches and then reports back to the group.
I'm sure they're not alone, John. It is what it is. I don't.
They have not. No, I know every Sunday night they have a Chronicle party. They all get together and they sit down and they watch us.
Oh, isn't that special?
Yeah,
Feels good.
they don't
doesn't
want to
it?
admit it. I think they had us on the this is alleged. All right, I cannot verify this, but the night before Thanksgiving up at the town club, when they had a alleged overcrowding number of people, and Duty's kid was in the band that was playing there, they had us allegedly. They had Canton Chronicle up playing on the big screen.
That's not the.
Whoa. First of all,
Alleged.
Excuse me?
That's
I don't know that
allegedly.
there's no real big screens upstairs. So
That's
it
allegedly.
would have had to been downstairs.
Somewhere. Yeah.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
It's not.
I'm not buying it. Not happening.
Dixie, you're such a fuck nut sometimes.
Listen, I do believe there's plenty of people that are members of the town club that watch us on a regular basis.
Oh, yes, we
But
there is.
that doesn't mean they had us on the big screen.
Yeah. Actually, we'd have more people watching us, Eric, if you weren't on, according to some of the.
Listen,
some of the-
if I can be
Yeah.
voted off the island anytime.
We have one person that doesn't like Eric. And after every show, they were in our comments telling us about how bad Eric is.
John, I love them too.
So I think we're
I
gonna
love,
have to
I
have
love
a.
the constructive criticism. I really
We're
do.
gonna have to have a Chronicle private meeting, and each person will get a domino chip, and we're gonna have to put it in the hat to see if you stay or not.
Can you imagine if all three of us pulled?
Can I get 3 minutes of a statement prior to the vote?
No, but
Yeah. Yeah.
can we do Domino's pizza and not Domino's?
Oh,
I want pizza.
that Domino's pepperoni is so good. Oh, we gotta put this up. Hold on a minute.
What do you think about college?
Hopefully Bruce is talking about E as an Eric, not E as an ecstasy. Oh,
Thank you, Bruce.
thanks, Bruce. Okay, so that's some of it. Now, Sherry, what?
I know this Sherry D.
So the other one that they had a problem with was the Kerry when we basically pointed out everything Kerry didn't do, where she walked all the way down. She was on the phone talking to, I think she called her husband. Because she testified to who she talked to, but when she was nowhere near the body.
She was
Right,
down by,
she was down Cedar
the
Creek, right?
driveway yeah.
So they didn't like all that, and neither did, like I said, neither did her cousin, because that's when the cousin was sending us texts saying that we're liars, and again, got us thinking and asking more questions. And so I had made a post, and I got one thing wrong. and it was about the airplane mode. But so 99% of the post was correct.
John, you gonna
And-
be all right if I put my flag up?
Yeah, put your flag up.
I'll be
Right.
right.
I got Boozy. Boozy's flag's up, but Boozy, you're still with us, right?
Yeah, but you can be full screen. You can take the show.
Okay. So we know Jen McCabe leaves at 1:45 in the morning. Her and Matt, they leave at 1:45. And we know John's phone doesn't record anything from 1:45 to 6 a.m. Right? Other than the temperature goes down. But there's a huge window in which there's no temperature readings at all. Correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then from 6:01 to 6:11, John's phone does 432 steps. Now, from 6:01 to 6:11 is when the three ladies get there. It's before Sara's cruiser gets there. All right. Sarah's cruiser gets there at 6:11. So
Saran wrap.
Saran wrap, right? Sorry, Rocco. I can't see you right now. So we know at 6:11 we can see from the dash cam what's going on. So in the time Sarah leaves the station to head down to 34 Fairview, 432 steps are being logged on John's phone. All right. That wasn't moving before that. Okay. That's not interpretation. That's his Apple Health data, right? The phone doesn't create steps on its own. And we know that they were doing CPR on him, but the experts testified that CPR doesn't do steps. And at 6:15, not just 6:15, at 6:11, it stops. But from 6:11 to 6:15, they were still working on him. They were still doing the fire department was working on him. They didn't move him onto the stretcher until 6:14. So that would have it should have kept moving if they were saying it was chest compressions. So
Correct.
it wasn't.
Because if anyone doesn't know this, especially once EMTs, but even just fire, once they get there, they don't stop. So there would have been a millisecond to get him onto the actual not the stretcher, the what's it called? The thing that goes on the stretcher? That hard wooden plank.
The backboard there. The
Yeah.
backboard. Yeah.
But they were still pumping him even as they lifted him up onto the stretcher. So that never stopped.
Right. So somebody had his phone. I don't know who. I'm not saying who. All right. But who could have? Jen could have. Jen's on the phone calling 911 at 6:04. She's heard
She also
looking through the
called
blankets.
Nicole 2 times. She then took a screenshot of Brian Albert's contact number and then tried calling Brian, but he didn't pick up.
Right. She's moving around. She's going back and forth doing things. She's the one that bringing the towels over to Kerry, right? And that's when the cruiser pulls up, is when all three are there. So that pattern is consistent with a person carrying a phone. I'm not saying she did. I'm saying she could have. She could have had the phone. All right. But at 6:11, when the police officers get there, the phone stops moving. What else isn't moving? Them kneeling over the body. And then what? At 6:15, Kerry goes back and picks up the phone. All right. So sorry, I said airplane mode. Airplane mode doesn't stop Apple Health from counting steps. Okay. Steps were counted. Something moved it.
Does a Faraday bag stop it?
It does. Right. Airplane mode only explained the lack of calls during the night, the lack of location pings, the digital silence overnight of nothing. But it doesn't explain why that phone was walking around in the morning.
And is there any video evidence that anybody turned John's phone over to law enforcement?
That's another one. No. And Kerry says she handed it to a first responder. She doesn't know if it was a fire department or if it was a Canton officer. first off, all those firemen, when you watch, she's not interacting with the EMTs. So she's not handing it to them. Could she have given it to Lank? Yes. Could she have given it to Good? Yes.
Yeah, but John,
Uh,
did any of them put that in their report?
None of them did. Now, here's the thing. That phone went back to the station, right? Because that's where Proctor testified they got the phone after they went to Samaritan, after they went to Dighton, and they came back to Canton Police Department. That's when they got the phone.
So you're telling me that one of the biggest pieces of evidence in the biggest, let's call it murder case in Massachusetts history since Sacco and Vanzetti, let's say,
right.
that the phone didn't have any type of chain of custody reporting?
Nothing.
So we don't know which law enforcement had it first. Forget about civilians. We
Right.
don't have a clue on what law enforcement officer had that phone first, and where it went from there.
Just like any other piece of evidence here, the evidence logs are shit.
And they wonder why we're pissed.
Eric's face.
Oh my God. Could this be possible?
Being
Look at this. Eric, could this be possible? Could Higgins have given Good the phone at CPD? And that's why Good drove from CPT 34th Fairview when he wasn't. No, because they got no. See, this is why we answer these questions.
Let's just leave it that there's no documentation on it. We don't have to speculate on who had it. It is what it is, and nobody fucking knows.
Couldn't because it started moving at 6:15 before Goody got there.
Before anybody got there, Goody wasn't the first one there.
No, Sarif and Mulaney were.
Right. What time they get there?
6:11.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Sarif's car, I have it. 6:11. Sarif's dash cam says 6:11.
What are you saying, Boozy?
Yeah. I took a screenshot of it. 6:11.
The call was at 6:04.
Yeah. And then the phone's moving. The
No, I
phone
know
logs
that.
steps.
No, I know that.
And then 6:11 is when Sarif pulls down and you can see them way off to the left on his dash cam.
You know, you're making me think. I actually spent some time during one of the weekends off a trial, and I actually put together all of the dash cam footage and created a timeline.
Oh, I did the same thing too. I took all the dash cam footage from the trial and put them all back in order. It was so time consuming.
Yeah, but
And
I
then
actually I did like die hard editing and like clarify
Yep.
the images and shit. It took me all weekend.
You know what I did?
Nothing.
None of that.
Shit. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just showed up.
There you go. See, Sheila even agrees with me. I had one of our diehard Kronks send me a picture today, and it was one of those. Are we dating the same guy? The guy looked exactly like me.
Stop it.
No, I swear to God. I can't. Oh man, I'd have to.
You can send it to me.
I'll send it to you. Yeah,
We'll put it on the Facebook page, John.
I guess I look like a 42-year-old. So yeah.
Derek's just asking. I'm going to go through my playlist. I got mine saved somewhere. I can post it for you guys. I put like their names on it and everything, so you could tell exactly who was who.
Jen wrapped it with the baby blankets from Carrie's car and placed it with the phone. But that's what I think happened. But she
Same
was
here.
running around, and when she ran over, she slid it under his shoulder. And listen, it's just what I think happened. Did it happen? I don't know. Probably not. Just what I think happened, allegedly. Jesus,
John, you got a
Yeah.
lot of crazy thoughts in your head, anyways.
I know. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Courtney H from Florida that she thinks you're funny.
I am pretty funny.
We try to be. We're never gonna grow.
I'm a
Hey,
funny
here's
guy.
the thing. You know what? All of you guys that are here, thank you for being here. Hit the like; it's free. And you know what? We're not gonna grow as long as we have Eric. We're not growing. So I mean, it is what it is. You guys are here with us. You're stuck with us.
John, the day you say, you know something, it's not working out, I'm gonna throw a party. I'm gonna be happy.
Hey, you better be working on that other party.
Oh, yeah, I
February.
forgot about that.
February, remember? February
Yeah,
coming
well-
quickly. Better be working on that. So
It's gonna be cold in February. That
my
outdoor
God.
party that I was thinking about.
Outdoors? What the fuck?
listen,
Well, right now, I mean,
Eric,
the cheapest venue is my deck.
guys,
No.
this lady waited
Oh.
all week for us.
Okay, she has a name. Thank you, Lauren.
Lauren, you're the best.
There's no proof Kerry found it under John. She said she walked over and picked it up when she picked up her blanket. So
And it's Eric's fault.
it is always Eric's fault. Oh, someone did use one of. Oh, we still haven't fixed those things yet.
Oh, John, you're right. 6:11 at like 01. He
Of course,
pulls
I'm
up.
right. You know why I know I'm right?
Lucy, it took
They
you
would've
that long
already
to figure
tried-
out who was right.
Well, because I had to pull up my video.
Most defendant.
I
They
had
would
to-
have already tried to. They would have already tried to tell me. Hey, somebody said. So what are those things called again? Booze, the nails. They would've-
Okay. Where the heck is Mullins again? She needs to see Karen's nails. They're gorgeous. I was talking to her in chat and she said her daughter does her nails. They're beautiful.
Right there, Kronk VIP. Those are those things we made that I made that doesn't come up on the screen.
The things that you said you're going to fix.
You were gonna make them.
That's what I said. I said I can help you.
No, we don't. Sherry, we haven't done a raffle yet. No, it's not gonna be a
Oh,
raffle.
Harry's like, Sherry, oh, we haven't
Sherry, it's gonna be better than a raffle. Better than a raffle, but you're gonna love it. Sherry will be there.
We are not. No, we need to
Yeah.
talk about this. We're not going to be outside.
We're not going outside. Not in February. Oh my God, Valentine's Day.
John, just so you know, I really do think that Rocco should call Whitey and apologize.
I think they should talk about. I do want to say this person every week. I never acknowledge them. I want to acknowledge them. Erica Alameda. We should do the Heroes of Canton, Brenda, Peter, Dina, us, Lucky, the lawyers, the protesters, boots on the ground. I added that. Webster. Who's Webster? And many to choose from. Justice for John O'Keefe. Who's Webster?
I like Webster.
Webster's Dictionary. Oh,
Oh, wow. You aged yourself.
shush.
I was
We
thinking-
we
I
also
was-
had the
I was
we
thinking
also
about
had the
Webster.
Thauruses too. The
Can't
Thauruses.
even say it.
I can't even say thesaurus.
Thesaurus, motherfucker.
Yeah,
It's a thesaurus.
right. So I'd like to know from the House defendants. I wonder how their show's doing tonight, by the way. I'm gonna have to watch that and report back. Guys, Boozy was featured on their channel.
Yeah, what the hell? Like, they're trying to call me unhinged. But
Boozy, will you stop giving them content?
But here's the thing.
Featured.
All of the things that they posted are not unhinged. That's why it's funny. Listen, here's the thing. I had made a video correlating Jen McCabe's testimony and how she was going to be her own downfall. And I correlated that to Casey Anthony. Okay. I know. Listen, there's connections there, not because I think Jen McCabe's a murderer, Casey Anthony's a murderer, whatever. No. There's just correlation between the two. And I knew back then it may piss them off, and I still posted it. They used that as if I was like this unhinged person. And then they took screenshots of some of my TikToks in regarding to Colin Albert. But we need to remember, Colin Albert is not even a part of the House defendant. What's GoFundMe, whatever it is. He's not even a part of it. They keep naming all of these names and using it as examples as if they actually are going to get any funds. Let me all just give you a reminder. Colin Albert, Ally McCabe, the only people that are getting the quote unquote money from this House Defendant Defense Fund are the House defendants. Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, Nicole Albert, Brian Higgins. Any
Oh.
other comments that they mention regarding anyone other's names?
No O'Keefe's?
No fucking
No
O'Keefe's.
O'Keefe's. Huh.
And Matt and Jen are rich.
No, wealthy. They are wealthy.
What's
If
the
you
difference
are
between wealthy and rich?
okay,
Have you seen the neighborhood they live in?
No, what's the difference? What's the difference between wealthy and rich?
the fact that she can easily, happily, healthily be able to be a stay-at-home mother, which yes in itself is a job, but does not have a quote unquote classic salary, right? It's not like your classic 9 to 5 or whatever career you choose where you get a
You know,
paycheck.
he's not paying her on she's not on the payroll somewhere.
But I still consider it a job. Like it is what it is, but it's not a paid job. It's different. So the fact that they can live in the zip code they do, regardless of what any of the fucking trolls want to say to me, if you are able to afford to live in Canton and you live in a 1.6 million valued home, it's
Mhm.
only a one income household. You have multiple people in the house that are in college, and you're able to afford that, and also able to afford, I don't know, weekly blowouts, weekly spray tans. You're living very comfortably. Very, very comfortably.
Damn. I was living comfortably when I was on Bolivar Street because everything she just said, other than there was 2 incomes. Yeah.
Well, you also need to think the day and time too. You need to think of how much more taxes are now too.
Yeah, it was only like $5,000 a year. We didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
The-
taxes
Canton's
aren't
not that bad.
No,
Canton has a lot of commercial.
no,
and
but
industry
the
compared to some of the other towns.
values of houses to try to buy in
Yeah.
Canton right now, the average house price is a huge number. It's probably close to 600,000-700,000.
Oh yeah, I think that's what our house.
I don't know. There was someone that was not free Karen Reed, not
Seven-
anti Karen Reed,
740.
that had said
Yeah.
some pretty nasty things about me.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate I had to block them, but I did it because I'm not going to be called certain names. I'm more than willing to have conversations, as I've proven many, many times. But I'm not going to be called the names that I was called. So, yeah, if you're able to live in the town under one salary and afford all these extra things in the home that they do, yeah, that is a very blessed life. Yes.
We bought our house for 330. I won't say what we put a lot down. We got a gift from the in-laws. It's now worth 740. Went from 330 to 740.
And in Canton, that happened overnight. We're
yeah.
talking like a 10-year span. Houses that were 250 went to 750.
Right.
Yeah.
But also too, it's all public knowledge. They bought that house for like 650 something and change or something like that.
Hey,
So that house was also expensive when they purchased it too.
Hey, it's Canton. That's why we were better than everyone else in a lot of sports. You know, you can afford to send your kids to good camps. You know,
Listen,
maybe that's why their kids are so
in
good at sports.
2007, I tried my damnedest to stay in Canton. It was expensive in 2007.
It's got to be the fact that the kids go to camps because you look at Matt; he don't look athletic at all.
But they're living very comfortably. There's no excuse. I really,
No, I'm wondering why the kids are so good at sports.
other than just the public relations at all, I don't understand why Matt and Jen do not have their own attorneys. It does not make any sense other
They're
than
cheap.
try to come together and look like we're a force together. It's a bunch of PR bullshit, just like it's been from the get-go.
Oh, funny you say that because it's coordinated, and we've seen how it's coordinated. It's coordinated again. So right now they've gone after. They did a feature on you. They've done a feature on Goat Boy from Braintree. They say they're going to do a feature on me. They did a feature on Lorena. So and then at the same time, right? We remember how coordinated it is. They're using all their friends or the people, their friends. In the example of Goat Boy, they all wrote letters and they wrote emails to the school district that he is in, trying to get him fired. Remind you of anyone?
Oh, they've
Right?
done this to so many people, by the way. This is what they do.
So many people.
They literally walked up to my employer when it was closed and took a
Yep.
picture.
Formal complaint regarding inappropriate social media behavior. Who do you think? Oh, guess you know who wrote the timeline? Who wrote the timeline?
Fucking Denise Galvin and
There you
Danica
go.
and
She's one of
Imagine
them.
that.
She's one of them. Denise Galvin was one of them, sending emails off trying to get people fired back in 2024. 2024. I'm writing to express serious concerns regarding your recent behavior on social media under the handle Goat Boy. Here's another one. I have them all. I have all of them. Urgent concern from this one is from Melanie. Who's this? Yeah, there's all these different people. Here's one from Rob Galvin. Here's one from Laura Murphy Kurt. There's it's like 6 or 7 emails all at the same time. All at the same time. You don't think that's coordinated? It's coordinated. Oh, Quiet Calm. Yeah, you're right. Boozy went over that on our last show. That good wasn't on the books from 29. Yeah. And we're still looking into if it was a Scribner's error or we're reading it wrong or
No, we're not reading it wrong.
well,
Do not
the-
gaslight me. Oh no.
I'm not gaslighting you. I'm just
Hey,
looking into
the information that they provided was up for interpretation.
right.
Who says we interpreted it wrong or Boozy did?
It literally says personal day. Sean
sure
Good,
does.
12
I read it.
a.m. to 8 a.m.
I'm pretty sure too. Denise is definitely getting going on the stand in the civil
They
trial.
all are. That's why they're all pointing their fingers at all of us instead. That's why you're seeing all these private messages. We're going to sue you. We're going to watch everything you're doing. So it shuts all of us up because they don't want the negative going against them. Or should I say, the truth. They don't
They-
want to be questioned.
Making changes. How is it? Are they any good? Are they doing all right? I'll watch. I'll watch because it gives me something to do to find all their mistakes. Like I said, I'll apologize for any mistake I've made. All right, and since we've been on in February, since I've been making any of these videos,
John,
nobody's come and told me I've
we're
been
not
wrong.
perfect, but if we make a mistake, we're gonna own up to it.
I've owned up to my mistakes. Most of the time when I have to apologize, it's because I can't believe I missed something that makes it even more damaging. Yeah. It's like,
Well, the truth is, I mean, we've been on since February. We've made our mistakes, but I don't think we've made enough mistakes to even count on one hand.
so the personal day was on Sunday. And it's just the way the software works is what I'm getting on this. So the 29th was Friday, Saturday was the how did it go? Friday's the 28th, Saturday's the 29th, Sunday would have been the 30th. So I'm gonna have to look at that again. So but it was the 28th going into the 29th. I don't know why the Sunday was in there. But if that's the case, how come none of Gallagher's coming out was shown on the 28th or 29th under miscellaneous? like I said, we can only interpret the data that's there.
It's information that was provided by them. You're reading it the way it should be read, no?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look. John Good was off on the 29th from midnight to 8. Good wasn't off on the 29th from midnight to 8. He was
Okay.
working.
Oh, he took a phone call from Kerry Roberts, what, about 5
Correct.
a.m.?
They're talking about the schedule that was printed out that they said didn't exist, and then not that one, the other
No,
one.
the other one. Where the frick is it? Here it is.
It
Got
says
it.
personal day off all the way, miscellaneous, Sean
Yeah.
Good overtime right there.
Well, no, that's when he would, because he wrote,
Oh,
look,
Right there.
report.
Sean, hold on.
the O'Keefe case. He
Employees
wrote
off. Eli Anderson, Sean Good, personal day, 129, 12 a.m. to 8. It doesn't mean he took the day off. It's just incorrectly listed. That's why this entire thing is a fucking sham, because I'm pretty goddamn sure this is what they handed Kelly Dever. I'm pretty fucking sure this is what it was to be, hey, you could use this. This
What
is
do
to
what do
prove
you-
that
what do
you weren't there.
Well, it proves that she was there, right?
No, because it says that she leaves at 4 p.m.
On the 29th.
Right.
But she was there from midnight, roughly,
hmm
till 4 p.m. that afternoon.
As it's listed, but if you remember, Karen's vehicle was pulled in right before 5:30.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly was there. If
So
you've
she
ever
punched. What you're saying is she punched. She may have punched out, but she was still at the location when that vehicle showed up.
Yeah, you know how else you would be able to determine that?
How?
The cameras that show the parking lot, her walking to her vehicle.
True. What did we ever see that?
Of
they
course
won't give
not.
them out.
Why
They're
would
not
they show
giving
you
them out.
that?
They
Yeah.
won't give them out.
They're not going to give you that.
Well, why would we just had 2 trials? They couldn't get that.
No, they have been refusing to give it out.
No tampering.
Well, guess
LOL.
guess who still has that?
Helena.
No, Paul DiGiuseppe, a pizza man.
He retired. He retired.
He retired, but he still had all that information.
I think Helena was down at the Patriots game today.
Oh, she was. That's
Making pay.
that's good money. You know, if you can get it, put the uniform on, make it happen. Ian
Yeah.
got to watch a great game, even though
And you get to use the
even though
bathroom.
our team was on the losing side of it.
I know. And you get to
Still
use
a
the
hell of
bathroom at the station.
Right.
I forgot how long this video of my dash cam was, but it's funny because at one point I'm like, Jen McCabe's still yapping, and it's like she had the audacity to say Carrie is a talker, when in reality, like, Jen doesn't shut the fuck up at all on this dash cam.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to pull all that in, all the dash cam of when she's be like, and I'm gonna put talking. I'm moving, talking. Yeah.
She doesn't shut up the entire time.
No, just like nothing.
Excuse me.
Nothing. I stopped myself. I caught myself being fresh,
That's a first.
especially when 90% of our viewers are women
And fresh.
and fresh. Yeah.
John is lifted from the lawn and brought to the stretcher. Fulmati still
6:14.
doing chest compressions. 6:14 and 13
6:14.
seconds.
I know it by heart. Yep. And they wheel them across. The women are right there in front of the dash. They're not in the car. They're not praying. Right?
Oh no, no.
Yeah.
I think Kerry was still down by the driveway.
She was on Cedar Crest.
Close.
Jen.
With a spit to the
Actually,
Jen-
I have it.
Jen's still
Ooh.
fucking talking to another. I think that's a tall cop. And then Karen's looking at John as he gets chest compressions. And you're right, Carrie's not on the screen.
Oh, she's way down. I know.
Jen, Jen's still yapping McCabe, I said.
How come Jen's not a talker?
She didn't shut up the whole time.
Let me pull that up. Might as well. For giggles, might as well play it one more time.
Please.
Yeah. Right?
Why not?
Because her cousin hates when we do it, so we might as well pull it up.
You have been threatened.
I know.
You too, Boozy.
Okay.
Be careful.
Here we go. Let's pull it up. Okay. And we add to the stage. All right. So here I are at 6:14.
You can see Flamati doing chest compressions. He's got the bright yellow jacket on.
Can you try to figure out what happened? And he kind of motioned to this woman that was next to me.
Sorry, I don't want to play that one yet. That's going to be Katie. That's Katie McLaughlin's. Oh, Katie, we're getting to you next week.
Oh, that's next week? We don't even get that today?
Oh, no, that's Katie. Katie.
Oh, while
Katie's on stress all week.
this comment is brought up, I'm an ER nurse. I want to know the nurses on duty when John O'Keefe arrived. There was a nurse that said something, and I made a TikTok video about that. And that TikTok video, they have tried to pull down. They have reported. It's my most reported video, I think, almost of all time
Really?
that's been on TikTok.
Oh.
Yes. They
Why?
reported that shit at least 8 times. It was taken down, put back up, taken down, put back up. I had to
Lucy,
keep.
I'm pretty sure you talked about the woman that came up to us on Washington Street, across from CF McCarthy's, where we hold our signs and
Correct.
protest, and told us that she was the ER nurse and how she knew what the real story was. Let's just say that. I don't want to put words.
Correct. And the reason why that was live is because Dylan was live. So I was able to actually get that, and I put that in a video on TikTok, and that shit they kept reporting over and over and over again. And I've been told, and I think not only by you, Eric, but by other people within the town, that it's not the first time that this nurse has come out to try to say something.
She's emotional about it because she lived through it, and it was not an easy thing for her. And she was very appreciative of what we were doing, but at the same time, she wanted us to know that she was distraught about the circumstances based on what she knew.
Right.
Mhm.
And just the way she so blatantly said he was not hit by a car, he was beat up.
Exactly.
Period. And then she drove away. Like, that's all that it was.
Right.
Ugh. Yeah, that video, it started getting some traction again today, and I rewatched it, and I was like, yeah. Yeah, she did say that. And I'm glad it was caught finally, that, someone finally got that, because she has tried to say that so many times and people just aren't listening. Why is it being taken down, Sheila? That's a good question. If a nurse or someone within the healthcare system that was there with John is trying to say, hey, this is wrong, this is like, there's something wrong going on about this.
The real question, Boozy, is why are people reporting it so that it can be looked at to be taken down?
That's what I mean.
It's obviously you've struck a nerve, and you're looking into the right places to have them be concerned and want that taken down.
Yep.
Right. And that's what I mean. I was like, I feel like this is such an important statement to put out there, amongst all the other things that we've heard, that it had to get out there. Because she was very, like you said, Eric, she was very emotional when she drove by you guys.
Oh yeah, you could tell that there wasn't. She wasn't telling us a story. She was speaking from the heart.
Yeah. A couple of you are asking. I actually have it pinned on my TikTok. So if you go to my TikTok at Boozy Beauty, it's one of my top 3 videos that I pinned to the top, so you guys can easily find it. It actually, I believe, has a warning on it.
She didn't
But
do it. She didn't do one that we could pull down today. Otherwise, we would have.
yeah, I'm sorry because this is usually how it goes on this channel. Yeah, but I plan on doing a new version, by the way, for YouTube. Just so you know, that's coming. So
For those of you that either missed last week or are friends with Kerry's cousin, this is what got us in trouble. All right, with the cousin. This is why she's mad at us. All right, let's pull this up. Okay, so let me first say it's the same shot, only the bottom one I tried to enlarge, zoom in, just so you could kind of see.
Enhance a little bit, yeah.
I tried to enhance it a little bit so you could see Kerry. All right, so obviously Kerry's in the circle.
You did a good job, John.
I try. All right, here we go. And you can see the time, right? 6:13.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the fur hat. If you look up to either one, you can see her fur hat, and you'll see Karen's got the long hair, right? And there's one of the officers standing right there next to the driver's side of the car. And then there's Jen, right next to the officer, right where she's gonna be. She's always gonna be near an officer. So it's 6:13, right? That phone isn't moving because it's underneath him. And Terry's getting further and further away because she's on the phone with, like she said, she testified.
Now, at some point, Mr. O'Keefe is taken from where he is by the paramedics to an ambulance, correct?
Yes.
And as he's being taken off the ground, what, if anything, did you observe in that area?
His phone was under him.
As he's taken off the ground, she saw his phone. Mind you, she's all the way. You can barely see her in that red circle. She's all the
down
way
by
down
the
there.
driveway, John.
Yeah.
And
She's all the way down there. And then she's got to look through her car and remember, in front of her car is Mulaney's car.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to look through 2 vehicles and see them way over here on the left under the 04, where it says Saraf, under Saraf, straight down. That's where he is. They're going to be moving him from there. And she's all the way over there.
And she's only down there because she wants to hear the person on the other side of the phone.
On the other phone.
Yeah.
Right. But this is what they're mad at me, saying I'm lying. I'm not lying. I'm just telling you what I see on the dash cam.
And it was grass.
And here comes Katie, because we're gonna talk about Katie next week.
Now,
and it's grass. She sees the grass from all the way down there.
Observed, how is that in relation to sort of the rest of the area where Mr. O'Keefe was?
Everything else had snow.
So everything else is covered in snow, and when he's lifted off the ground underneath,
There they are. They're moving them. There they are,
Yes.
moving them. She's still way down there.
And his phone was where in relation to his body, as far as when he's lifted up, what part of his body had been opened?
Like maybe his shoulder, maybe it was like his back. So when they lifted him up, it was under where like his, whatever that.
So I'm the liar because they're about to now he's already on the gurney. So what's this girl's name?
Carrie? Oh.
No.
That's Jen. Jen's fucking yapping. That's what I mean. Jen the yapper McCabe.
Jen looks like from South Park. Jen looks like the little kid from Kenny from South Park. Right there.
Yeah.
Kenny from South Park.
Who killed Kenny?
Yeah. Kenny from South Park. What is this girl's name? This girl's name is Melissa Reynolds. Melissa Reynolds. Where's the lie? Where am I wrong? Shall we go on? Because I want to see
Mhm.
Kenny move. I want to
Can
see
you
Kenny
even
talk.
assume that you were wrong, John? Is there a way to
Yeah,
look at this
I-
like, yeah, you could have been wrong?
Yeah.
No, because she testified. You've already gone through. This is her second trial testimony. You think it'd be perfected if it's the truth or a lie or a combination of the two or whatever. You
This
think
is
by
right.
now
Yeah,
they
Second
would have
trial.
gotten
You're
it
right.
together.
Katie Dash.
You're
This
right.
isn't lying.
This is the second trial. She's right. I didn't even think about that too. This is the
Yeah.
second trial.
Right?
Here we go. Let's see Kenny move.
The right side of his back.
There she is talking. Hands going.
Jen,
Talking in hands.
fucking
Those
Jen.
same hands. Those same hands that don't go good in the cold. Because she has MS. The MS hands.
And what I'm asking is basically sort of up towards the shoulder blade.
Oh, here she is. There she is. She's now back. She just
And-
got back as they're
Like Kenny?
walking one way.
Is that Kenny?
No. Kenny is now facing to the right, and the red arrow is on Kerry.
But can we also just point out the fact that Jen is more interested in talking to whoever a cop, I forget which one that is.
Sarah. That's Sarah.
So she's more interested in getting her story out than looking at John, her dear friend, who's fucking dying, they just found in the snow. She doesn't give a fuck about that. She gives more fuck about talking to Saran Wrap than actually checking in on her friend. Because guess what Karen's doing?
Karen's all beside herself. Just
Karen
can't.
is staring at John and next to the stretcher.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Jen's like, oh, I gotta move because they're coming with the body. I go, oh, they gotta
Well,
move. a little
and Kerry
bit."
walks right. Kerry goes, they go right. She goes left and goes picks up the towel on the phone.
Oh, it's
Down,
Watch.
lower
Boom.
back if you-
Boom. Right by.
In the middle.
There she goes.
and when you saw,
Then you'll see up on the other. You'll see her up top.
on
There
the
she is.
grass,
There she
what, if
goes.
anything, did you do with
And where does Karen go?
I picked it
Oh,
up. I put it
Karen
in my
follows
pocket.
Swan.
And at some point, one of the
And what's
first
Jen doing?
responders asked if I had it. I handed it over.
Still
Yeah.
chit chatting.
Yeah,
all
she
that
is.
first responder was?
Look at the hands going crazy.
No,
Those are the MS
following
hands.
Whether it was a police officer, a firefighter, or a paramedic, or
no.
Now she's talking to both of them. There's the towel, the blanket. Now watch. Now the other thing you'll notice is even though Karen and Katie come back into the picture, watch Jen. She's still going to be the one talking. Look, boom, right? Then she's going to do it again. Turns. Now she's talking again. It paused for a second. That wasn't me. That was the court. Maybe it was me. Oh, that was the end of it. So yeah, that was the end of it. Well, we're definitely gonna hone in on everything that we're gonna hone in on all of Jen's activity since we already did Kerry. And we got Katie. We got Katie McLaughlin. I already have Katie's ready to go. Yeah. Eric left.
Jen the Yapper McCabe. I forgot that I put that in my video.
Yeah, she said she has MS hands, and that's why she Googled it wrong those 2 times.
Even the
Yeah.
explanation of it all doesn't make sense. The whole thing. The path of least resistance is usually the actual path that leads to the truth. And the fact that they had to make up this whole thing, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not what happened.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I have Katie's ready to go. Actually, hers isn't even that long. We could just kind of preview hers. We can bring that up. We got Katie's. Here comes Katie's. We'll play Katie's. There they are doing chest compressions. You can see them doing chest compressions.
That's Flamati.
Can you try to figure out what happened? And he kind of motioned to this woman that was next to me. So just basic demographic info. who the patient is, his name, his date of birth. So did he have any medical
That's the wrong one.
problems?
I have the wrong one because I. But
That's the video where you were trying to tell people that a cop was texting.
oh, that's right. That was the one where he was texting. Oh my God, you're so good.
I
That one,
know.
I know. Yeah, that one wasn't even Katie, but yeah, I have Katie's ready to go. We'll play hers next week. We'll bring up. You know what? It'll be a Jen and Katie week. I will get all of Jen's interactions with the cops that morning, and I already have Katie's, so we can go through that.
Plus, whatever news happens between now and then.
And Christmas, it's in Christmas, and apparently now you guys are gonna have. I'm gonna have to go to Five Below and start picking out a bunch of things, and make sure you guys open a ton of gifts.
And
Yeah.
just for Ma'am Reynolds, trial 2, Alan Jackson did ask Carrie, because trial 1, remember, she wasn't cross-examined.
Yep.
So that only happened in trial 2. In trial 2, they were asking about what she heard, because in her grand jury testimony was April 26th, 2022. It was Lally that asked her what she heard regarding the conversation of Karen Reed and Jen McCabe and the Google search. And it was Carrie at the grand jury, which got Karen indicted for the murder of John O'Keefe, that stated Carrie heard Karen how long? Oh, no, I mean Google hypothermia.
Right.
And then when she was cross-examined on trial 2, she was backtracking that, and she said her reasoning was that she, quote unquote, misunderstood Adam
The
Lally.
question. She misunderstood the question.
Bunch
That's
of
when she got all. Remember, she got all upset. Right
bullshit.
there.
She got
I
caught in a-
misunderstood the question.
So,
She got caught in a
Boozy, you're saying that's all a bunch of bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Let's
She never heard it. She never heard it because when you break down the dash cam footage, it's simply not there.
Right.
Because if that was there, it would have been at trial. All of us have nitpicked, especially Sean Good's dash cam, because that's like I said, that is the last police car that was the quote unquote closest to the EMT, the ambulance, and it wasn't even that close to the ambulance.
There you go. See, we remember more of this trial than they do. Here's the other thing. Oh, thank God Boozy was just saying that. They want to. They come after us, right? When we point any of this out, they're like, "Do you remember what you were doing last August 3rd?" Blah, blah. They go on and on. Do you remember? Meanwhile, you got people, people like Matt who says, "I've been living this every day of my life," right? We know this trial as much as they do. We just don't know what's fake, what's been planted, what's a Scribner's error. You know what I mean? But we know everything they've said.
do.
Huh?
They do.
They do. And here's the thing. We know everything they've said. And especially with people like me, I have such ADD. It's like a dog on a bone. Give it to me. I'm just going to keep on. I'm going to look. Nope, that's what you said.
But it's not even that. When you experience a traumatic event, it does not matter how long it's been, right?
Yep.
Now, if we really want to go into PTSD, I have complex PTSD, which is just PTSD on steroids, essentially.
Well, I thought that's why you just don't answer my calls.
A lot of the times, like there can be traumatic events that are suppressed, just for various reasons in the psyche. Like that's literally you just trying to protect yourself. But usually, when a human experiences a traumatic event, yes, there can be some parts that are quote unquote blacked out just for survival mode, but then there's also points where you will never forget. And there's very specific moments. And that doesn't change or evolve over time. unless it's your psyche just like remembering things. And this, I can already hear it. Yeah, that's like Jen McCabe. She remembered I hit him. No,
Right.
her story changed from did I hit him? Could I have hit him? To all of a sudden, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
And so did. Yep.
There's a big difference.
There's
There's a very
There's a
large.
different story between trial 1 to trial 2.
Well, we also need to think of how many times did, just as an example, Jen change her story, period.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because we were finding these in real time while we're watching trial 1. We're like, yeah, no, and like within that, so some of these people that testified over the course of a couple days, after day 1, and we pointed the shit out. On day 2, they were trying to figure out how to fix how they fucked up in day 1.
See,
Right.
this is what I mean. I was a
Yeah,
gate agent at American on 9/11 with the live aircraft for hours. Exactly. That even if you weren't quote unquote there for the actual traumatic event, something like obviously a quote unquote terrorist attack, you remember where you were.
I was at a gas station in Weymouth, right?
See?
Guy was working on my Jeep, and he had one of those little TVs up like over the fridge or whatever, like up top, and sitting there watching it in one of the 2 chairs in his little tiny gas station in Weymouth.
Well, that's what I mean. Like we can even ask chat, like chat, if you're old enough to remember, do you remember where you were on 9/11? I mean,
I remember when the Do You Believe in Miracles? I was a kid when listening to that game at home in the living room when we the whole we beat the Russians.
so okay, so this is exactly what so see now chat gets it. That's exactly what I mean. Now imagine a traumatic event in your own personal life. Can you imagine walking upon a dead body? Just any dead body. Now, it's not your career. Now, can you imagine that dead body is an acquaintance or a friend or a family member or your partner?
With just somebody you knew.
Boozy. It doesn't even have to be that traumatic. You ever break a bone?
Knock on wood, no.
Okay, Eric, you ever break a bone?
Knock on wood, no.
Okay. I ever have to go to the emergency room?
Yes.
You remember what led up to going to the emergency room?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I remember as a kid up on Kessler's Pond.
I got hit by a horse. What? I got kicked by a horse.
But you remember it all.
Oh yeah,
Remember-
I remember the whole flight. Yeah, I flew like 10 feet.
Yeah. I remember up at the where we grew up off of Walpole Street, Kessler's Pond. And we all used to skate up there all the time, right? And Brian Leary was there. We were all up there. And my older brother Chris, I had a breakaway. We didn't have helmets. You're playing pond hockey, and he went to go jock me. Right? You know what a jock is, but from behind. But I skated with my head down, and when he went to jock me, his stick hit me right in the face, right? And cut me right here, split me open. But I remember he laid me right down. He pinched that thing shut. They took my skate. The other kids took my skates off, and then we walked all the way through the woods back home. I remember us waking our mother up on the couch, telling her we got to go to Norwood Hospital. We went to Norwood Hospital, and what happened? I'm pointing at him, saying that kid over there hit me with a stick. I never said it was a hockey stick. I go, he hit me with a stick. They're all looking at him like, I cut me open. I broke my hand after I got out of college playing men's hockey. I remember everything about it. Like when you have anything traumatic, like you just said, you remember all these things.
I mean, even when it comes to like just coming from like a woman's, experience, when someone's inappropriate with you, you remember the moments before, during, and after. So it's like this whole thing of changing stories. That's why I got so mad during trial 1, because I'm like, you're just lying. It's not even good lying. And the fact that you say you care about John so much and you're acting like this is actually quite disgusting.
The whole chat, everybody remembers everything.
And that's what I mean, and it varies, you know, from different experiences, and trauma is trauma, period. You know, there might be some people that'll say, well, that's not trauma. Yeah, no, no, you can't say what may be, you know, funny to someone else is not traumatic to someone else. We all have our own lived experiences, and they're all valid. And hopefully they're all, you know, a learning and stepping stone to be better people and better humans, so that we don't end up, I don't know, testifying at a murder trial and lying our asses off to save our own asses.
Who
You don't
does that?
You don't forget that. I'm telling you right now, you don't forget that whole night unless you were blacked out drunk.
But
You don't
even
forget.
but even then, if you want to claim that Karen was blacked out drunk when she was driving home, she still remembers parts of earlier and then definitely waking up.
Right. And she probably remembers the whole rest of the day.
Mhm.
The next morning. She remembers everything from the time she started driving around to the end of to Dighton. She remembers everything.
You
And so
know,
don't they.
you know what my thought on what Karen was thinking at the time when they're at 34 Fairview outside. I'm thinking that she understands that there was this whatever was going on with her and Higgins, and then she's been dating John for a couple of years. They've had some shit go on in the last few months that isn't healthy for a relationship. And do you think that she wanted to go into that house? You think she
No.
wanted to go in where Higgins?
No, I mean, because
and
she's not
John
a
were?
saint. No, because she wasn't a saint. None of them.
No,
Listen, none of them were.
Listen,
Right? And that-
I
that's
think
being
she
human.
didn't want any part of it.
Right. Right.
And she got pissed about it, and you know there was probably some kind of disagreement between her and John on what was going on and why they were there, and she didn't want to go, and he wanted to be there, and she probably knew there was going to be some kind of altercation. It is what it is.
I know, and even
like
if
to
there
clear that up,
was
too.
any kind of argument between Karen and John, that doesn't mean that didn't happen.
Say again?
I'm going to keep going back to the basics. John's body proves he was not hit by a vehicle. Period.
Yeah, he was not hit by a vehicle, 100%.
Rosie, any thoughts on the puke?
Well, I did just make a recent post about
The blood. I know. That's why I asked her that.
yeah, so the blood flow pattern analysis is what it's called for forensics, and how obviously we know gravity. What happens with gravity? It keeps you on Earth. It pulls you down to Earth. So that also includes fluids. If John O'Keefe, if the Commonwealth and what everyone on that side is saying is true, if he was hit and then immediately went on the ground, the blood flow pattern on John O'Keefe's clothing
Wouldn't.
would be much different than what we see on his clothing. He would not have a flow, and I hate to say it like that, but that's the easiest way I can say it, down the front and back, and then a pooling at the seat of his jeans. And I know that there has been some speculation that John may have been propped up at one point. And all I'm going to say is this: that pattern of the fluid on him suggests that. And I also can't understand why there's a larger patch of blood at the very base of the jeans towards his shoe where would be. That doesn't make sense, because if he was standing, you would see it all the way down the side of the jeans, and you don't see that.
Right.
So if the speculation is true, we're looking at the blood flow pattern, and we haven't seen the actual images of the boxers. And if it's true that there is vomit on it, I think we all need to start thinking that at one point John was seated up for some reason, and he was actively bleeding.
Do you think they cleaned him up?
I don't know
Once
what
again, it's just
happened.
speculation. We can't answer that.
I don't know what happened. All I can
Right.
say is that what is seen in his clothing and in the evidence, and his clothing show a pattern from his main injury, which was the back of his head, down the front and back of his shirt and sweatshirt, and then it pooled at the seat of the main side of his injury, which was his left side, is where the pooling is on his jeans on, I say seat, where his pocket is.
Yep.
Could he have been propped up? That's what it suggests. Is it possible that he vomited? Is that common in head injuries? Yeah. But we didn't see the boxers, guys. We haven't seen it.
And these are things that we're never going to know unless we can't even say unless. These are things we're never going to know.
Right.
Where
And
is
once
all-
again,
where
that's-
is all this physical evidence still?
oh, I know, huh? What do they do with the evidence? That's a good question. Where's all the
Well,
evidence go after court?
so it's most likely destroyed, if not sent back to like Karen. So you know how she wanted her cell phones and Lexus
So-
back?
So John's shirt and his jeans and everything we saw in court
Gone?
is
Gone?
Yeah.
No, I think the county would hold on to it. Unless it was ordered to be destroyed.
Well, I'm thinking that they had, just from being in that courthouse and seeing all the archives of years and years and years and years of cases that dated back to 97, 92, 80, 85. It's still in that courthouse. It's all stacked up downstairs.
They put in evidence lockers. Somebody
Yeah.
threw it in, they put it
Well,
in.
I would assume that they have all that stuff, and that stuff is easily accessible to any future, I don't know, civil trials. We're probably looking at 2-3 years down the road, but
Yeah,
they-
we didn't see the
still
jeans in the
there.
file. Yeah.
Well, so so Morrissey has been, put on the record that he's not going to prosecute anyone else. The investigation in his eyes is closed. So if the county, like I said, that it could be ordered to be destroyed, or next of kin could request it in the
You think he
O'Keefe.
orders it destroyed before he leaves office if he doesn't win?
why could he order it destroyed if it should be kept? You do a transaction in the state of Massachusetts that's between a dealership and an individual. They have to keep all that documentation for like 7 years. Why wouldn't you have to keep that for a certain amount of time in a legal proceeding?
I don't know.
Well,
These are
because if
things-
they're considering it
Yeah.
closed, then it's closed.
These are questions for a lawyer. We're going to need a
Wow,
lawyer on.
I'm not a lawyer.
I know. A lawyer or a judge.
Someone has
Can
to
we get a lawyer?
unsolved.
Can we get a
So-
lawyer?
We can
It's
get a
not-
lawyer on.
It's not unsolved. That's the other thing that's confusing to people. It's in the eyes of Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. They're solving is blaming Karen, and that's
There's a
that.
lawyer. There's a lawyer.
Yeah, but are you a federal lawyer? Is she a federal lawyer?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, we're not talking
According
federal.
to the Secret Service, when they were going to lock me and George up, it mattered.
But we're not talking federal. We're
No, I know.
talking a
No,
simple
I'm kidding.
criminal.
John, are
matter.
there any pictures of you and George being locked up?
Man, that's a story for another day. Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes.
Actually, we have. No, not that day. But you know what? We have at least 3 lawyers I know of that are in our chat. We have Nian. Hi, Nian. And then we have Brian Barreria. He's in there.
Hi, Brian.
And then we have another lawyer. And then, he might not watch live, but I do know that one of the other Camos is he likes to watch from time to time.
Mizzy, this is what I mean. And Mizzy has been through it with the Sandra Birchmore case. Like,
Yeah.
This could be so easily just be destroyed, just to be destroyed. Like, these guys are so not rule followers, that they would do what they want anyways.
Nan, do you know the answer? Do after a trial, where's the evidence go? You got to write this one down just in case.
I mean, can we bid on it? Can we for
Oh,
$500? Can I get that piece of evidence that
I
want?
know she's gonna agree with me. And Nan's like, Boosie's right. I'm like, thanks, Nan, love you.
How much you think that car's gonna go for?
You know something? I bet you it does more than 40 grand.
Yeah.
I'm not bidding on it. I don't need that car. I've had people ask me,
Did I
"Are you
say-
gonna bid on a car?" No. Very state to state. Post trial. Oh, there it is right there. Very state to state. I got it. Boom. Post trial. State require the evidence be retrained for 7 years. So
yeah,
gonna hold it for 7 years.
Did you just say retrained?
No.
It's retained.
Retained.
I never said retrained.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Pull the tape. Pull the tape. Yeah.
And I also have seen some anti-Karen Reed people go, how dare she try to make even more money on the vehicle, blah blah blah. You motherfuckers, the vehicle wouldn't even be a big deal if you didn't make it a big deal. You big dum-dums. You said that was the quote-unquote murder weapon. You fucking idiots. So yeah, if she's still making payments on it, maybe it's paid off by now.
No,
No, it was a lease.
If she so she had lease payments.
It was a lease that she
well,
stopped paying.
it was an impound or in their possession.
The gas station bought it.
Payments. Well, I don't know what happened there. I'm just saying.
Maybe Otto did not buy that outright. No.
I thought he said he bought it, and then whatever they.
No, he said he was covering costs to repair it.
I thought they bought it, and then when they sell it,
No, it was going to cost an arm and a leg to repair because of all the things that were done to it.
I think they're gonna be wrong. I'm gonna look it up tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you
on how this car was repaired. So please understand that we don't know who paid.
Right.
I do because I did 4 videos on it. I think I know what I'm talking about.
No, maybe you might be wrong.
I'm not.
You might be.
I'm
We'll find out
not.
tomorrow. We're gonna find out tomorrow.
I'm not.
We will find out tomorrow. Your Christmas gift depends on it, okay? Because if I'm right,
thank you.
Yeah, but they just said they think. That milady says I think, not I know. It says
I'm telling
think.
you, they offered to repair. This is what happened because he went on Howie Carr and said this. It was the I forget the guy's real name from JB Auto. They literally said
right there. See, I saw it too. He said on the news that he bought it and repaired it with the intent to auction it off. Thank you.
Didn't buy it. He did not buy the vehicle outright.
Don't
yell. Don't yell at what. Don't yell at what the duck.
I'm not yelling at what the duck. I'm yelling at you.
Well, I am agreeing with what the duck.
I was right.
God. Oh, well, I will play that tomorrow. Wow, there you go. You know what this means? It's 9:59. We've been on way too long.
What happened in 2 hours?
I know, and we started a half hour late. Yeah.
Well, the Patriots were on, and we got preoccupied early.
I had I did star a couple of things that were not I did so somebody wanted to sorry to hear my hurt and chronic pain sucks. It does. Age of Nefarious. That's a 60s tune. So we know how old this person is. I think you guys it's great. We're going over all this in great detail. We're trying. Somebody asked if we should have her on, and I don't know. I'd ask her, but
have who on?
Aaron.
Yeah, you know, she's welcome on anytime. I'd love to have her on.
How's the Canton gossip? I get stuff every day. I get stuff every
That's
day.
like a funnel. It starts
Right.
at the top, spirals down.
Well,
I guess,
yeah.
Non-stop.
So, it killed me to have to put out the whole, the what was the stadium nightclub? No, what was the nightclub there down in Rhode Island? What was the nightclub in Rhode Island that burned down?
The stadium.
It was the stadium, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stadium nightclub. Same thing could have happened over at the town club, but they want to say I'm just a party pooper because I wasn't invited. People, it's got nothing to do about me. This is about other people in town that are literally watching all this. They know it's wrong, but God forbid if they say anything, they're going to be shunned. So they know they come to me. I'm already shunned. Doesn't matter. All right. I'll be their voice. So, there's that. I'm
I
sure.
want to know this. Who's the firm that they hired to investigate Good?
And it was the station, not stadium. Who's the firm? I don't know. And how much longer? How about this? How much longer? Oh, I know why.
When did they receive the document?
Yeah, I was gonna say I know why. They just last week they had to fight to get the stuff.
Correct.
And we can assume that's going directly to Duty first, and he'll spread it out.
No.
No.
Nope. Only to the lawyer. Not allowed to make copies.
So the
Not allowed to
attorney,
leak it.
to town council.
To town council.
Only.
And to
so town council can't speak with the select board about this.
He probably can't.
No.
He can probably tell. He can probably tell them, but not tell them exactly.
That's an awful
what
lot
it
of
is.
power for somebody who's never been elected.
So
Well,
what they
that's
could
town
probably
council.
what they could probably do is, I'm just assuming, is that they could speak about what they find after all of this, but not when they're in the thick of the investigation. Like that, they're just not going to give updates to Charlie Duty.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
I'm not
It was very
convinced
restricted.
town council's the only one that's going to hear what's going on. The guy's not an elected official, or that firm's not. I got to assume the select board's going to hear what town council hears.
Well,
They probably can give them a brief.
eventually, but they would have just gotten that. I think Krupp signed off on that order, on Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
And that information is going to help make decisions on what kind of what are they going to do with Good? Are they going to keep him? They're going to fire him? What is the disciplinary action going to happen? And that information is going to be crucial.
So the town lawyer is
another
going to
piece-
have to tell. Sorry, you go first.
Another piece of that, another clue, is the post commission is also getting that information. Well, now has it.
And they're not allowed to share it either. No one's allowed to share it. No one's allowed to leak it. No one's allowed. They're not allowed to. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to go to the town council. The town council will then be able to tell Duty and the 5 select board members, well, 4, because I don't think he'll be able to tell Chris. So it'll be the 4 select board members and Duty, and they'll say, listen, this is it's pretty bad. It's not that bad. It's, but they probably can't get into the specifics of it.
I gotta think that they're gonna be able to view what's given.
I don't think so.
They're the elected officials. You can't tell me that they're not going to be able to see what's.
I
going
watched
on.
that. I watched it and I saw what they said, and I'm like, I think it's going to be one of those on the advice of town council.
Well, let
this
me
is
ask
what we're doing.
The town decided they didn't have a town council.
What do you mean? You got to have a town council. You got to have a town lawyer. You got to have a lawyer.
I mean, I assume they do it because it makes sense, but do you have to? I mean, these people are the
Yes.
elected officials. Why aren't the elected officials getting the information from
They're
the-
not lawyers.
Who cares?
They're not lawyers, so it has to go to the lawyer.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Why these lawyers make hundreds of thousands of dollars working for the town?
So They represent the town, and they answer to the town, and the people they answer to is the select board.
Yeah.
So then, therefore, whatever information they get from an outside party, they need to be sharing it with the select board.
I would think so. I was gonna play it, but I didn't. that was booze.
Listen, can I at least get
what Duty thinks is bad? I think the numbers over at the town club, I think, was bad, and I think either he had to go home and go to bed, or he saw the numbers were getting out of hand and he got the heck out of there. It's one or the other.
Well, there's one thing I'll tell you about Charlie is he's a pretty smart cookie, and not to say he wasn't gonna ruin a good time by any means, but he wasn't gonna
not when his kids in the game.
Well, whatever. I mean,
I'm not gonna shut this place
I'm
down.
gonna get shit on, but good
Right.
for Charlie for doing the right thing and getting the hell out of there.
Right. Let someone else
If
handle it.
that's what he did,
Let someone else handle it.
yeah.
Right.
You know something? You got to read the room, and you got to know. And
No, I'm a
he's
bull.
not
I don't care.
what's he gonna do? Stop?
Once a bull, always a bull.
What's wrong with being a bull?
Nothing.
Be human.
All right, I'm a human bull. Okay.
No,
Oh.
you're technically a ram.
I am. I was Suffolk Ram.
As an
And-
Aries.
And
No,
an Aries. Aries Ram, Suffolk Ram.
And
We
that's
are
why-
we are SU, so fuck you.
And that's why I asked, what's the problem with being a bull? Because I'm a Taurus.
Oh,
Boozy, what am I?
my ex-wife was a Taurus.
What are you?
Yeah.
I know why I don't get along with Boozy.
Shut up. No one gets along with Aries. Fuck off. Eric, what are you?
Virgo.
Oh, aren't you like? No, hold on. I need to Google real quick. We'll get back to it.
Boozy's going to
Hey.
the cheat sheet.
When you say put Bob in charge, do you mean Bob McCarthy?
Oh no.
3-2, Bob. 3-2, Bob.
3-2. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. There's Ram. Yes, thank you. Gemini. Do you get along with Gemini? Courtney wants to know if you get along with her.
You're gonna die when I tell you that the Virgo is the maiden.
The maiden.
Boozy, do you get along with Courtney from Florida? She's a Gemini.
Courtney, we need to have a conversation before we.
Courtney.
I like Courtney.
Oh
No,
my
I
God, we
like-
should do a Zodiac night. We're gonna have to do a Zodiac night.
I like Courtney a lot. I know I do.
Yeah.
Courtney's a
Sunshine
crook.
in. Let the sunshine in. That's the Brady Bunches right there. Yeah.
No, Courtney, it's just because listen, Geminis are just in their own world. It's okay. We love you for it.
Gary was the fish that saved Pittsburgh.
Wait, is he a fish? Is he a Pisces?
Yeah, he's the fish that saved Pittsburgh. It's another
Is he
movie that was before Boozy's time.
Hold on. Is Gary a Pisces?
Who was that? Who was that? Oh, she had blue eyes. Who was that?
See, I called it totally in my own world.
started
See?
the fish
I know.
that saved Pittsburgh.
The fish that saved Pittsburgh.
He's a Pisces. Oh.
Stark and Channing.
John, did that just say Pittsburgh was saved by a fish?
Yeah, Stark and Channing. It was a basketball movie. Julius Irving, Stark and Channing.
No, but I loved this Vizzy. Don't make me come down to Canton to yell at Bob again. No, can you please? Can you put him in his place?
Mizzy, that was awesome. I saw that firsthand. That was fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was no need for us to even be there as far as that BS, but Bob had it coming to him.
Oh my God, Mizzy just 10 toes down. Her name is Sarah.
Oh,
I remember that one. Oh, I remember that one.
Oh,
You're right. Agent Affairs, you were right. It was the Flintstones. Just let the sun shine. That was when the two babies there, Pebbles and Bam Bam, were singing that. Yeah.
man, fuck Bob.
Fuck Bob. Fuck
Fuck
Bob.
Bob.
Hey, so here's the thing. We only got a couple more shows before New Year's.
Before we
Um,
die.
Well, every day you wake up, you're one day closer to death. Don't worry about
Oh my God.
John and Boozy, just so you know, I'm a
it. You're
game,
going away
I'm a game time decision for next Sunday.
because
What does
you're
that mean?
away. Because he's got to bring his
Yeah,
laptop.
and I don't know what my real schedule is once I get away. So if I can make it, I'm gonna make it, but I can't promise
Yeah.
it.
Better put the call in to friggin' Brandy. It'll be me, Brandy, and Boozy.
Yeah, there you go. You know,
Yeah, because we
hey,
need
if
a
I'm
minute.
gonna be replaced, it should be by Brandy.
Oh, me, Brandy, and Booze. It'll be a JC sandwich.
Oh man, you're gonna get stomped all over.
Hey,
John, you don't stand a chance.
I'll allow it.
Hey
I'll
Dixie.
allow it.
Hey Dixie.
Um,
Dixie.
Yeah, the
I have
Dixie
a question.
sandwich.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you.
Yeah.
You bring Brandy on.
Uh-huh.
You want to make a deal with the devil?
Well, it happens.
You
Yeah.
better be prepared for Brandy, okay, babe?
Well, we'll give her a week's head start. She can get her. We're gonna get a lot of side eye that night. I'll tell you that. A lot of side eye.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
even if I make it next week, Brandy should come on.
I agree. Listen, Mizzy, the way he just completely dismissed you and how dismissive he was of women, period, and the way that he treated Sandra, yeah.
Yeah. Schulman, Tara Schulman, same thing. She had to tell him, say her name. That was
I
Tara
mean,
Schulman.
Yeah.
She was like, "Can you print it the right? Can you guys fix they had it printed the wrong way?" And she had to tell him, like, "Listen, can you guys fix your slide?" He didn't even want to fix the slide. She's the one that had to tell him that they had the flags wrong.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember Mizzy, Dennis, Colleen, like just the passion that was more than
Dennis.
warranted.
When Dennis started screaming. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's been a hell of a journey. It's been a few years now, so who knows what's coming down the pike, but what I've seen in the past, these people, they're awesome people that are involved in this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm gonna go out on a limb on this, right?
You making a
So-
deal with the devil?
No, I'm going to try something, and hopefully you guys will figure it out, and we're gonna end without me telling you how we're gonna end the show. I think I have a feeling we're gonna be able to end the show the way I want to end the show. All right, you guys with me? See if you guys.
No.
Well,
Ready?
considering you told us how to start the show,
Ready?
there's
Hey
something.
guys, thank you guys all. I'm John Camo.
I'm Eric DiGirolamo.
And I am Busey Bullshit.
Thanks for watching us. We will see you guys. Oh, there's a select board meeting Tuesday night.
We'll see you Tuesday.
We'll see you Tuesday. I'll be streaming it, and if Boozy and Eric want to come on, they can come on. But we'll at least stream the first half of it. Thank you guys all.